Finlayson for the point.
Back to better through the block and down.
Active pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It is homecoming night here at Veterans Field here in Aiken, and we should have a good one in store for you between the 3-1 Aiken Gobblers and the 1-3 Rush City Tigers. Welcome into the broadcast, everyone. Simulcasting on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1 The Gobbler, and yourliveevent.com. Noah Crusoe, Lance Bauman here with you today. And Lance, about time I get in here in the booth with you.
Oh, for sure. It's a long time coming there, for sure, Noah.
I'm looking forward to this game. Of course, Aiken coming into this game 3-1. And, you know, talking to Alan Hills, he feels like they haven't even played their best football yet.
No, he's been hiding a lot of things so far throughout the season. He changed up a little bit with his offense and his defense. But he's taking baby steps and doing a good job just kind of bringing up this younger team together and being able to produce a good team together.
And Lance, for you talk about this younger roster. How have you seen the strides getting more and more and more prevalent here as the games have come along?
You see it a lot in the offensive line. They're starting to get really good with their dedicated blocks and following through and sticking with them. They had a couple ups and downs over the last game or two, which is fine, but you know they're learning every week and they're improving, and that's all you can do is with football these years.
And this is an Aiken team that, of course, is not going to shy away with what they do. They're going to run downhill. They're going to come at you, but we're going to be keeping an eye on Jacob Williams in this one. Had 2 touchdowns in the win against Hinckley Finlayson, and he's been putting together a good season.
Oh, for sure. He is over 500 yards. He had 527 yards coming into tonight, and so far he's averaging at 7.25 yards per carry. Doing a great job. This last game that they lost, though, they did get shut down, and so most of his running has come in the first 2 games.
And I know that they run a good mix of running backs as well. And for this Gobblers team, that offensive line's getting better. They're running the football well, and they're sitting at 3-1, coming off a victory over Hinckley Finlayson last week, a 20-6 victory, as a matter of fact. But then we look at Rush City. They are 1-3 on the season, coming off a 35-14 loss to Crosby Ironton. But there is a change in the lineup today for the Rush City Tigers. Logan Kirby is getting the start at quarterback tonight. This is a Rush City team that's going to spread the ball out a lot. They're expecting to throw and run a lot of motion. So for this Aiken defense, need to be on their toes tonight against a Rush City team that can go up and down the field, and with high hopes for Kirby in this game, looking to get Rush City back in the win column as they are coming off a loss to Crosby Ironton. And the last time that these two teams met up, these aren't teams that face each other very often. The last time I recorded that these two teams played each other was back in 2013, a decade ago, and Aiken got the best of it 21-6. And, you know, Lance, I know that sometimes when you go, obviously, high school throughout the years, you get familiar with these teams, but when you haven't seen a team in a decade, a lot of things change, of course, and, you know, it could make for a very unique matchup tonight.
Oh, exactly. Again, the Gobblers, when they lost to Moose Lake, it was the same thing. It's been about a dozen years since they played each other, but when you come in tonight, you go off of whatever game film that you can find throughout the season, which is a lot different than the days that we used to play. But you could just sit there and try to work and concentrate on stuff. Tonight, with the weather, it could be raining, it could be sunshine. You just never know here, and that's going to play a huge impact on either one of these teams. But yes, Rush City is a passing team.
And we should have a good one, see some points potentially on the board tonight, but Aiken's defense is rolling heading into this one as well. But we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a bit of a deeper look, more of a preview into this game tonight, as well as hear from Alan Hills, head coach of the Aiken Gobblers, later on here in the pregame show. You're listening to Gobbler Football, simulcasting on KKIN AM 930 and yourliveevent.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
If you are looking for a local team that brings over 25 years of experience, offering roofing systems in a variety of colors, materials, and textures, then call my dad at Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding, 218-831-1907. Whether it's a tear-off or new construction, Mike's Miller's Roofing gets the job done right. Call 218-831-1907 for your free estimate and get your new roof installed before the holidays. That's Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding.com or call 218-831-1907.
Boating needs for a great day on the lake. Stop by Bay Lake Marine in Uptown Deerwood.
Welcome back to pregame coverage here on yourliveevent.com, simulcasting on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1 The Gobbler. Noah Caruso, Lance Bauman here with you in this one. And taking a look at these two teams. Again, Aiken sitting at 3-1 on the season. Their only loss coming to Moose Lake Willow River. And to see when you get that level of good competition, the Gobblers looking to come into this game to get better and better. As Lance alluded to, this is an Aiken squad that still is not really throwing all their punches yet at these teams and should shape up well as we head now. We're already at the halfway point, over the halfway point of the season. And, you know, Lance, when you look at this Gobblers team, of course, they're physical. They come right at you. What's something that you're going to be keeping an eye on in particular tonight?
Well, again, it's just being disciplined. The Gobblers have been very disciplined with very low penalties, averaging less than 3 to 4 flags a game. But the offensive line, I just want to see stuff open up again and just finally get down the field.
And for Rush City, again, entering this game at 1-3 on the year, but they are entering with some new looks on the offensive side. Logan Kirby is getting the start at quarterback today. Looked solid in relief when he came in against Crosby Ironton, as Rush City losing to them 34-14. And, you know, Lance, sometimes when you face a team that, can spread the ball out a little bit and throw it and, open up the field, it can make for a challenge for some teams.
You can, but we have a couple ends that are just phenomenal here for the Gobblers, both Zesmita and Walker Jones. And they've been really getting into that penetration on each side there. But our secondary, our linebackers, we were down. Colton was out last week with a shoulder injury. He'll be back this week. But our safety, Williams, too, does a good job covering the end of the field. But I think we're safe in the secondary end of it. We just need to make sure we're still getting pressure on that quarterback.
And when you talk about on the defensive end, of course, when you bring the defensive lineman with you, of course, this is, as you mentioned, this is a physical defensive line and two guys that can really get to the quarterback. And, for all really overall as a defense, what's going to be the biggest aspect for you to really just to kind of keep Rush City at bay?
Well, it's going to be the penetration with both Williams and Jones and Hopperstead. The sacks and the rushes that they've been getting and the fumble recoveries that they're pushing for. And they actually worked on that a little bit here this week, too, is actually trying to strip the ball again. And that's something that all special teams and defense really need to do, to try to get those turnovers. And when you capitalize on them, that's just a feather in the hat. But the Gobblers had a couple turnovers and were able to get them, but they were not able to always capitalize. So that's something that I know Coach Hills would really like to work on also.
And you talk about the turnovers. Rush City entering this game with 5 turnovers in the loss against Crosby Ironton, looking to do a much better job at protecting the football. Mike O'Donnell, head coach of the Rush City Tigers. He is, he's an experienced coach, and sometimes it's hard to really flip those turnover battles. But if they can get that going and get good QB play early on, we'll see if Rush City can effectively move the football. And ultimately, that's what decided it. You turn a 35-14 game and you take away 5 turnovers, the game could look a lot differently. So this is a Rush City team looking to really get their first impact win of the season and get their season turned around here at the over halfway point of the year. And Lance, when I say that, it's crazy we're already in game number 5 this year.
We are, and we're not all bundled up yet. The weather's been pretty nice all season long, and hopefully we get a couple more weeks of this for sure.
Well, and you mentioned that it might rain. I know clouds are looking a little gloomy for those watching on yourliveevent.com, but you feel like if it rains, you almost got to feel like that advantage to Aiken the way they play.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the assistants down there earlier tonight, and that is just what Aiken could capitalize on for sure, is their structure, their footwork, and just getting up and down the field and controlling the ball. And Coach Hills does a good job with just trying to control the clock.
and we'll see how it all plays out tonight. But right now, we got a pretty comfortable fall night, and it is homecoming here in Aiken tonight at Veterans Field. And Lance, when you come back for, of course, an Aiken grad yourself, do you ever get the memories coming back whenever you're doing a homecoming game?
Just about every night. Everyone, for sure. It was an awesome week. We got to see the Powder Puff out here. The girls go at it, both the juniors and the seniors. In overtime, the senior gals were able to pull off a touchdown right at the end to defeat the juniors again, second year in a row now. And the rest of the events, they got volleyball all week, and it was just a good time watching everybody dress up and enjoy their week.
Well, if this game is anything like the Powerpuff game, we should be in for a great one tonight. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to hear from Alan Hills, head coach of the Aiken Gobblers, in preparation for tonight. You're watching Gobbler football on yourliveevent.com, simulcasting on KKI and AM 930, FM 103.1, The Gobbler.
Family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit aikenmotorsco.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians.
Thank you for your trust and patronage.
Welcome back to pregame coverage here on KKI and AM 930, FM 103.1, and yourliveevent.com. It is homecoming night for the Aiken Gobblers as they are taking on Rush City. Alan Hills, head coach of the Aiken Gobblers, joining us. Coach, as always, appreciate the time here on a game day.
Thanks for having me.
And Alan, we'll talk about last week. You guys were able to get the win against Hinckley Finlayson, and the defense continued to have a great performance, forcing turnovers, getting big stops. What's the message for that side of the ball heading into tonight's game?
Just kind of keep doing what we've been doing. Rush City likes to sling it around a little bit more than most teams we've faced so far have. So we got to be ready in the secondary and the back half. But just keep doing what you're doing, playing downhill and being physical.
And offensively, I know that, Coach, you're still looking for probably the best football that this team that can play on the offensive side. But Jacob Williams was a key factor for you guys last week, scoring a couple of touchdowns. And I know that you guys run a lot of multiple back sets, but how important is it to get him going, to get some consistent drives going tonight?
Yeah, we just have to do a better job of finishing our drives. We've moved the ball pretty effectively through the last few weeks, but just finishing drives off more consistently is, a key point for us this week, and getting our linemen to continue to, sustain blocks and run those feet and keep creating, bigger holes all the time. Everybody knows who Jacob is at this point, and so we're going to continue to feed him. You still have to stop him, and we're going to rely on the run like we have all the time, and we just need to continue to improve and continue to get a little more effective.
And in past interviews, Coach, you've always expressed that, this you don't even think this team has played their best football yet, which is, crazy to think that you guys sit at 3-1. And when you look at the potential of this roster, and even looking at tonight for homecoming, what are some, at least a position group or specific players, or just something on the field that you're keeping an eye on to continue taking that next step to being the best that you guys can possibly be, especially here in the second half of the season?
Definitely level one guys, offensive line, defensive line. I think we can get a lot better in that position. We're improving every week. We've talked about it, like you said, and I think we got a couple of wrinkles for tonight that I think might help us a little bit, and just continue to do what we're doing, and just really focus on doing the little things and staying low and keeping those feet moving, at our two defensive and offensive line. I think that's, probably our biggest point of emphasis right now. And if we can continue to do that, I think, good things are going to continue to come. And, the more space we make for those running backs, the better we're going to go. So, if we can continue to improve up front, I think things will continue to roll in our direction.
And looking at tonight's game, you guys take on Rush City. They're 1-3 on the year, but of course you can never overlook anybody. And this is a Rush City team that does throw the ball around a lot. They can spread out the offense. What's going to be the biggest point of emphasis on that side of the ball, whether it's the secondary or getting a good pass rush tonight?
We need to get pressure on their quarterback, but ultimately it's sticking with those guys. He throws the ball pretty well, and you're not always going to get home when you're talking about a rush. So we got to stick to our job and our assignment in that back half, and hopefully eliminate any big plays. They're gonna make some completions, and they're gonna do some things. It's just how you respond to that stuff, and not let the big play become an issue, and continue to keep guys in front of us, and we should be all right.
And homecoming week, Coach, it can always be a lot of fun. There's always distractions both on and off the field, but overall it's a great time for the kids. But how has the team been able to channel that energy from the pep rallies to the activities and, really bringing that into practice this week?
We really focus, a big part of, homecoming is centered around a football game, so you are the show. Don't get caught up in all the other stuff. Obviously we want you to take part and have a good time and do all those things, but don't get caught up in doing the things that don't relate to what's important to us, which is winning a football game tonight. Ultimately that's our end goal, and the guys have done a great job. We've had a really good week of practice, and so hopefully we can build on that and have come away with a W tonight.
Should be a lot of fun tonight, Coach. Hopefully the weather cooperates a little bit, but Alan, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Alan Hills, head coach of the Aiken Gobblers, joining us for pregame coverage. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Gobbler Football on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1, and yourliveevent.com.
Wides Major. Visit AikenMotorsCO.com.
Welcome to Aiken Schools. Our mission here at Aiken Public Schools is to empower our students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, staff, and parent involvement, all while learning in a safe environment. Our students take pride in being gobblers and are supplied with the facilities and tools necessary to achieve our goals of student success. For more information, visit home.isd1.org. We are ISD1. Go Gobblers!
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com. At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
If you are looking for a local team that brings over 25 years of experience, offering roofing systems in a variety of colors, materials, and textures, then call my dad at Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding, 218-831-1907. Whether it's a tear-off or new construction, Mike's Miller's Roofing gets the job done right. Call 218-831-1907 for your free estimate and get your new roof installed before the holidays. That's Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding.com or call 218-831-1907.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We're about ready for kickoff here in Aiken at Veterans Field. Homecoming night for the Gobblers as they enter this game 3-1. They take on the 1-3 Rush City Tigers. And Lance, you can feel the energy in the stadium, or you got a great crowd on hand as you can see. And let's get ready to rock and roll tonight.
Yeah, it's an alumni night and homecoming. And yes, the stands are just getting packed over on the other side of the field there for sure.
And again, this is the first matchup between these two teams since 2013. A decade ago, Aiken was able to get the best of them 21-6 in that matchup. But, you know, obviously over a decade, things are going to change here in this one. But we'll take a look at our starting lineups for the offense for Rush City tonight. At quarterback, it's going to be Logan Kirby making his first start tonight. At running back will be number 3, Jay Wood. At the fly wing position, it will be number 5, Matt Kemp. At wingback, it is going to be number 2, Owen Dick. At tight end, number 7, Will Vogt Jr. And the offensive line going from left tackle to right tackle. Number 55, Sam Dick. Number 63, Daniel Wayman. Number 78, Vincent Scheel at center. Number 71, Tyler Monson. And at right tackle, number 57, Jace Allerton. And at the second tight end position will be number 88, Braden Rude. They are coached by Mike O'Donnell, head coach of the Rush City Tigers, assisted by Dirk Anderson, Bruce Conrad, Joe Lakeberg, Paul Kirby, and Matt Morgan. And looking at the offensive starters for your Aiken Gobblers, it is going to be at running back. We'll keep an eye on him all night. It's going to be number 7, Jacob Williams. At wide receiver, number 11, Ian McNevin. At quarterback tonight is going to be junior number 12, Jacob McGuire. And at the tight end position, number 11, number 33, Caleb Zesmeta. And senior number 42, Walker Jones at running back. Sophomore number 44, Carson Hopperstad at running back as well. And the offensive line looks like this. We have Brecken Williams, Alex Mateka, and it'll be Quentin Christie, Camden Visnovich, and Kanye Bochniak rounding out the offensive line for the offense as they announce the offensive starters for the Aiken Gobblers. We got great festivities in here. The fireworks startled me a little bit, Lance. I'm not for you, though. You're a pro at this point.
You're used to it. The cannon's been around for a while, but there's our scout team player of the week there, number 32. That's Jack Jacobson.
So explain obviously scout player of the week, but they get the cool tradition of coming out in the tunnel.
They come out first, and that's basically the scout team is the best player that played in practice for the opposite team as a scout, right? So that was pretty cool. Kanye Bochniak is just an awesome kid. He's one of the largest players that we have on the team there, but he's pretty fun to watch.
Linebacker number 33, Caleb.
At 71, is Camden Visnevec. I played with his dad, and my boy got to play with his older boy too. So and they're just a wild family, that Visnevec family. At end there, that is Caleb Zazmita. They're 33. He's just fun to watch. He was one of the good pressure rushers that we have, along with number 42 Walker Jones. Linebackers are Hopperstead, Bauman, and I can't remember who's going to throw out there. But anyways, you're going to have another defensive back of Jacob McGuire. He's usually running on the corners for us. Our safety is going to be, again, Jacob Williams.
And that defensive back, number 11, Ian.
And Ian McNevin also.
And, you know, of course, Coach, it's a team effort, of course, but is there a player in particular going to keep an eye on and have a big night tonight?
Truthfully, Colton's been down a game in 3 quarters. You know, talking to him the other night, he is just super hungry to get out and get some hitting again. But the linebackers, all in Hopperstead, and the rest of that secondary, I think they're going to have a pretty hot game tonight.
Well, we are expecting a fun one here tonight as both teams are ready to take the field. Simulcasting on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 and yourliveevent.com. For those listening on the radio, it is going to be Aiken in the black uniforms with their black tops, the red stripe down the middle, and the red A on the side of the helmet. And for Rush City, they're in the white jerseys, the blue numbers, the yellow pants with the blue and white stripes going down, the white tops with the yellow and blue stripes going down the top of the helmet. It's going to be Rush City to receive things, and how we'll do it, I'll take Rush City on the offensive end. Lance will take it over for Aiken as we are about ready to go.
Yeah, that sounds good. Again, kicking off for the Gobblers, we had a 9th grader, Nolan Dotzler, was just doing a great job kicking for us this year, but unfortunately he had an injury and he's out for the season. So I'm not sure who we're going to have kicking for us tonight.
As we will see, but back deep to receive for the Tigers of Rush City. Looking to get their signature win of the season. It is going to be Dick to receive things to get us started.
Looks like we're going to have Walker Jones kick off for the Gobblers.
So it'll be Walker Jones looking to get this thing going for Aiken. Looking for 3 straight victories, improved to 4-1 on the campaign. We are over the halfway point of the season. This is week 5. And of course, we will give you score updates from around our sister stations throughout the night. But we're focused here for homecoming night here at Veterans Field. Jones will have it on the tee. Dick back deep to receive for Rush City. And this one is officially underway. A good mid kick there. Going to be received at the 25-yard line. Rush City looking to get a good return and able to get a good return, bouncing to the outside and brought down past the 45-yard line to about the 47, as that is going to be Wood, who ended up to be the receiver for Rush City. And here we go with Rush City on offense to get things started. Kirby, again, getting the start at quarterback tonight. His first start came in relief and threw a couple of good deep balls. And we'll see if Aiken can be aggressive, a good size on that defensive line.
The Gobbler defense changed it up just a little bit. They're going to run to a 4-3.
And here we go. The Rush City spread out. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Kirby in shotgun. To his right is going to be the running back, Wood. And it is going to be a handoff to Wood on the left side, off tackle, and tackled at the 50-yard line.
McGuire.
As Jake McGuire able to make the tackle right at the 50-yard line, gets gain of 2 on the carry, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 coming up. First carry for Wood tonight. And we'll see if Rush City, how they can mix up their style of play, and they like to rush the football, but that might be an early sign that they may mix it up and try and come at this physical Aiken defense. On the left has Kirby in shotgun, 2 wide receivers in the formation. To the left now of Kirby is Wood. And it is going to be a handoff to Wood up the middle. He's got a good hole. He's breaking tackles, and he's going to be pushed down past the 45-yard line to the 42, and a first down for Rush City.
Stopped by Jacob Williams and Colton Bauman.
That's a good start for Rush City. Just need to see those chains move and don't have to get it all in one play, and sometimes you just got to wear out this front. That's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line. So a gain of 12 on the run. Kirby in shotgun. And it's going to be another handoff to Wood, but this time he's met by a herd of Gobblers.
All 3 of them. in the backfield. That was Matejka, Hopperstead, and Bauman. All three linebackers sandwiched him right there for a loss.
Wood on his third carry, losing 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 12 coming up for Rush City. And right away, we're seeing the physicality of that Aiken defensive front. And sometimes in these situations, we'll see how aggressive Rush City can get. They had 5 turnovers in the loss against Crosby Ironton. Kirby is in shotgun again, far out. Wide receiver out to the left. Kirby takes a snap, quick throw out to the right side, and over the head of the intended receiver, Kemp. His first passing attempt incomplete, so it's 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, Kemp had nobody on him over on the right side. He was just split out off of the line there.
And Kemp with good size with the outstretched hand, not able to get to it. So now it's 3rd and long coming up, and these are situations that Rush City do not. Well, any football team never wants to find themselves in 3rd and long, but especially against this aggressive pass rush of the Aiken Gobblers. Kirby is in shotgun formation. Far out to the left is Rude. Kemp in motion. Kirby looking to throw, rolling out to his left, facing pressure, and he's brought down.
Sacked by Visnovec there at the 49-yard line there.
And as Lance mentioned, Visnovich is going to be a factor tonight, and he broke through, got a good under the shoulder of that on that attack, and was able to get the sack. And it's 4th and long coming up for Rush City.
Yeah, that makes it about 4th and 20. 9:47 to go here in the first quarter, and no score.
Rush City will punt, and great response from the Aiken Gobblers after giving up a 12-yard run, and it seemed that Rush City could find a way to move down the field, but now just like that, Kirby is going to punt for Rush City.
He is kicking from his own 40-yard line. Williams is at the 20. Williams gets a hold of it. He heads up, gets past 30, and he is down. We're going to go ahead and just bring it back. It'll be down at the 28-yard line. And the traditional Gobblers run out onto the field. Again, 9:14 here in the first quarter, no score.
And now we'll see how Rush City can respond on defense, and not an ideal start to the offensive drive. And, you know, they know what Aiken's going to do, but they might throw in a few wrinkles, as Alan Hills mentioned. So curious to see what that looks like tonight.
Gobblers are going to come out. They're going to have splits on both sides. They have the wishbone with the 3 amigos, both Jones, Fulton, and Williams in the backfield. Smith under center, pitches over to Williams off to the right side. He's going to get handled by a host of those Tigers in the back for a loss of 4 yards.
And looking at that defensive front for Rush City, doing a good job of getting early penetration. It really affects the pulling offensive lineman to get upfield quickly, and was able to get him for a loss.
Klein comes in with the play. We're going to do a little shout out to everybody down in Georgia watching here on YLE. Gobblers come up. Smith under center, splits on both ends. Steps back to pass. He's got McNevin. McNevin bobbles it, intercepted by number 5, and he's going to be tackled by Jones at the 20-yard line.
And that's Kemp on the interception, and right away, Rush City bringing pressure in their own right. It seemed that McGuire was hit as he was thrown, and that really affected the throw, overshooting his intended receiver, and Rush City getting into a lucky break. So now, all of a sudden, Rush City in dangerous position.
Yeah, Smith bobbled it a little bit, but no, that happens. 1st and 10 from the 20. 8:30 to go here in the first.
And now we'll see how Rush City can respond here. Ball smack dab at the 20-yard line. Kirby in shotgun. Wood to his right. 2 wide receivers out left. And it's going to be a handoff to Wood, off tackle on the left side, and nothing going on there. A couple of Gobblers there on the tackle as he's going to lose 1 on the carry, and it's going to be 2nd and 11 coming up.
Stopped by Williams and Jones and Bauman.
2 straight rushes for loss. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11, 8:09 and counting to go here in quarter number 1, 0-0 our score. Rush City getting in this position with an interception by Kemp. First turnover of the night, and we talked about trying to win that turnover battle, and so far, Rush City getting off to a good start here. But here come the Tigers. 2nd and 11, Kirby in shotgun, 2 wide receivers out to the right. Wood, the running back to the right, and it is going to be a reverse, and faking a lot of the Gobblers, even me for a moment there, as ended up getting the carry, was going to be Dick on the carry. As Walker Jones able to, one of the Gobblers there to make the tackle.
Williams on that stop also.
Now we got third down coming up here for Rush City. As the clock will run here. Pulling out the trickery here early on as, or excuse me, it's going to be first and goal coming up as they were adjusting the sideline there, but now we got a whistle and a flag on first and goal.
Flag on the play.
We got a false start on Rush City, so back them up 5 yards. So the first penalty going to Rush City. Dick getting a carry of 11 yards on that last run, but now they'll back up 5, so it'll be first and goal, ball on the 14-yard line of Aiken. 7:20 to go in quarter number 1. We are tied at 0, but Rush City looking to threaten. Kirby lining up in shotgun. Wood to his left. We're now shifting over to the right in this formation. 2 wide receivers out left for Rush City. This is Dick in motion, and we got a whistle, and it might be an illegal motion, and it is exactly going to be that, either a false start or an illegal motion. So again, back him up 5 yards for Coach Mike O'Donnell. Not the start that he wanted, or at least the continuation of how this drive, especially after a good carry. Rush City shooting themselves in the foot, so now it's first and goal on the 19-yard line. So pretty much right where they were, right at the interception. And we'll see if the Gobblers, they can feast, they can smell in the situation with smelling a kind of weakness here from Rush City. How they respond here with 2 straight 5-yard penalties. First and goal, ball on the 20-yard line, 6:40 to go in quarter number 1. Kirby in shotgun again. Kirby's going to look to throw, fires down the middle of the field and intercepted.
By Williams.
Williams down the sideline to the left, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Then there is the turnover battle for Aiken, taking advantage. Jacob Williams right to him, and the Gobblers will take over. Kirby now 0 for 2, and it seemed that there was just a timing on that throw as he threw it right to Williams. So miscommunication on the route, but Aiken on offense.
Smith back in to play quarterback. 6:24 to go here in the first quarter. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. The Gobblers 30-yard line. Gobblers heading south towards the bus garage. Smith under center, split out on each side. The wishbone, handoff to Jones right up through the center, and he is up to the 48-yard line for a big first down.
And there's that offensive line creating a gaping hole in the middle. We know how Walker Jones will run downhill and at you. And now it seems that Aiken's got their energy back.
Nice 18-yard run. First and 10 from the 47.
And again, we'll see how Rush City responds defensively, not be able to capitalize on the turnover.
Smith under center, McDevitt out to the left side. Wishbone, ball on the far hash. Handoff to Williams. Stopped in the backfield at the 40-yard line for a loss of 7.
Williams stopped by Glenna.
Great penetration that time for Rush City. And again, getting some early pressure here on the rushing attack. And then they knew they wanted to sniff that out as Cole Glenna able to penetrate through, make the tackle.
Second 17, no score here. 5:41 to go here in the first. Klein comes in with the play. Tells Smith.
Now,
Smith will be under center. Klein off to the right, spread out. Clock continues to run under center. It's going to be a handoff fake, and it's going to go to Fulton as he goes on a counter. Picks up 4.
Fulton with the carry. Tackle by
Will Volk on the tackle that time. And on the offensive front, he was met at the first hit, but able to sniff out where that run was going. Broke away well to make the tackle, and now 3rd and long here for Aiken.
Gobblers bring in 2 split out. Split out on both sides. Smith under center. 3 Magos in the backfield. He's going to hand off to Williams. Williams jukes and jives. He's got a little bit of a hole and brings up the original line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 4th and probably 9. Now they're going to go ahead and set it right there and be 4th and 10.
You know,
Gobblers are going to go ahead and punt, try to get him back in there, get him in the hole.
Yeah, and Aiken's got a lot of confidence in their defense, and you always want to give Williams a chance, see if he can break out for a big one. He's certainly capable of it, but not only here in the punt, but letting their defense try to do the work here early on.
McNevin back to punt for the Gobblers. 4 minutes to go, no score.
Good punt by McNevin. Dick's going to let that roll, and that is going to be pinned down. Beautiful punt by McNevin. An untimely position for Rush City, but great special teams for Aiken. As we'll see where they spot that. It looks like it's going to be spotted at the 5-yard line. So a long drive coming up here for Rush City, but they are back on offense. Again, defense doing a good job at getting the stops early on, and we expected maybe offenses to get rolling here in this ball game, but so far defenses have shown out. Looks like they're going to mark that at the 15-yard line. They moved it up, so it's 1st and 10, ball on the 15-yard line of Rush City. 3:55 to go in quarter number 1, no score. Kirby is in shotgun, 2 wide receivers out right. Dick in motion, and we got a false start on Rush City, their 3rd false start penalty of the night.
That was on the offensive tackle there. Rush City got pushing back another 5.
And now all of a sudden you can't afford penalties in this situation, as you now have 1st and 15 back at your 10-yard line. As Aiken again capable of getting home up front, looking to create some havoc back there and really make them sweat a little bit. Kirby trying to get out of this situation. Dick in motion out to the right. Kirby is in shotgun, handoff to Wood, off tackle on the right side, cuts back up to the middle of the field, and not much going on as he looks to get about 3 on the carry.
Walker Jones on the stop there for the Gobblers.
They're going to mark it a gain of 5 for Wood. That's his 5th carry of the night. Now it's back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 on the 15-yard line. 3:30 to go in quarter number 1, no score, clock is running. Rush City will come out, 2nd and 10, ball on the 15-yard line of the Tigers. Kirby in shotgun again, 2 wide receivers out right. Kempf and Rude are there, and it's going to be a pitch out to the right, and spinning out of a tackle, but not able to get out of the 3 Gobblers there. As again, Aiken sniffing that one out, and it's going to be another loss of 5, so it's going to go right back to 3rd and long at the 10-yard line.
Had Williams and Visnovac there in that stop.
They're going to mark it at the 3rd and 16, so ball spotted at the 9-yard line of Rush City. Expecting the Tigers to throw here. Kirby is in shotgun, 2 wide receivers out right, Wood to the right. Dick in motion out to the right, setting up the tight end position. Kirby rolling out to his right, looking to throw. He's going to fire deep, has a man open, but incomplete. Kempf again the intended receiver, and the Rush City Tigers are going to punt again.
McGuire close to pick that one off. 2:29 to go here in the first, no score.
And again, Kempf was open, running on that wheel route, it seemed, and would have had the first down, but overthrowing the size of Kempf as, again, he couldn't able to make the play with his outstretched arms. So again, the Gobblers defense doing their job, and it's going to be way back deep. Kirby to punt.
Looks like McGuire is going to be sitting at his own, at the 35.
Should be good field position, as this is a bouncing punt, and that's going to be fielded at the 40-yard line, down the sideline, and whoa, tackled out of bounds. Big hit by the Rush City special teams. McGuire forced out of bounds, and now Aiken will set up with great field position.
At the 30.
With 2:19 to go in quarter number 1, still no score, but Lance, this is a prime opportunity for the Gobblers. Best field position they've had tonight.
They're going to need to get something in here just to get something rolling. So far, Jones with the best rush so far of the night of 18 yards. Williams had 2 losses so far and only picked up 1 5-yard gain. Gobblers come up to the line. Smith under center. He's going to have 2 split out. Williams goes into motion out to the right. And handoff to Parker Fulton. Fulton's got a huge hole. He's going to pick up 7. Brings it up to the 23-yard line. I'm going to say he only picks up 5.
Boy, and the offensive line on the left side, you could run a Mack truck through that hole, and you could see it open and develop right away. And easy to pick that one out for a good gain.
Yeah. Less than 2 minutes to go here. 2nd and 5 from the 25. And the Gobblers going with line twins out to the right. He's got power I with Fulton and Williams behind Smith. It's going to be handoff to Williams, looks for the hole. He's going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
It seemed that the Tigers have had a game plan to try and stop Williams. And, of course, Aiken will throw many different running backs at you. But, again, when they're trying to run on that inside with Williams, but on that defensive front in the interior for Rush City, looking at Brandon Neeson and Sam Dick doing a great job tonight so far.
3rd and 5, little over a minute to go here in the first. No score. Gobblers sitting at their 25-yard line of the Tigers. They come up to the line. McNevin split out to the left. Smith under center. He's going to hand off to Jones. Jones bounces, gets off to the outside. Coming around the corner. And he drags a herd of Tigers. Is that a load of Tigers? He gets moved up to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, I'm in sports broadcasting. I'm not a scientist. We'll say, is it like a... Well, it wouldn't be a pack of Tigers. That doesn't sound right, but I tell you what, he dragged every Tiger, it seemed, with him. That's just great effort on that carry that time. It seemed that he was going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage, but great second wind.
Nice 10-yard gain. It is 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Smith under center. Handoff to Williams this time, and he tries to find the hole. He's going to pick up a couple.
We do have a score update over in Crosby as CI taking on International Falls. We are tied at 0 after 1 quarter of play over in Crosby as we are tied at 0 here with quarter number 1 winding down, but the Gobblers are threatening.
Coach Hills is going to go ahead and let the clock run out here. And then we'll let that quarter end here. It will be 2nd and 8 for the Gobblers as we get to the north side of the field.
And with that, we are tied at 0 after 1 quarter of play. Defensive showcase right now, but Aiken is threatening. We are going to take a break. Our first break we've had since this game has started, but we'll take a break, and we'll be back with quarter number 2. You are watching Gobbler Football on YourLiveEvent.com, simulcasting on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1, The Gobbler.
Welcome to Aiken Schools. Our mission here at Aiken Public Schools is to empower our students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, staff, and parent involvement, all while learning in a safe environment. Our students take pride in being Gobblers and are supplied with the facilities and tools necessary to achieve our goals of student success. For more information, visit home.isd1.org. We are ISD1. Go Gobblers!
Quarter number 2 about ready to get going. Gobblers will have it 2nd and goal. It's going to be placed at the 2nd and 8 coming up. His ball's going to be on the 10-yard line. Gobblers threatening here is looking to get on the score. It is 0-0 our score after 1. Noah Caruso and Lance Bauman here with you for the call on YourLiveEvent.com and KKI and AM 930 FM 103.1. You know, Lance, we've seen defenses really show out so far in the early stages.
Yeah, Gobblers come up to the line. Smith under center. McNevin onto the short side of the field, off to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Jones right up the gut. He's going to drive for 1 or 2.
You know, and you think with Jones, you imagine that Aiken, after Jones has the best run of the night, that they're just going to eventually break a big one here. And, of course, he's trying to get some tough yards here in the goal line situation. And, you know, the offensive line still being able to get a good push, but we're going to capitalize here with 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just like what Hill said. He's got to get this offensive line just to follow through a little bit. Half of them are doing a good job. There's always 1 or 2 that just kind of slip up a little bit. Smith under center. McNevin off to the right side. Fulton goes in motion. Now we got twins off to the right. Smith under center still. He's going to go ahead and pitch it out to the outside. Williams is trying to get out around the corner. Stiff arms 1, and there will be a flag or 2 or 3 all thrown on there.
Looks like it's going to be potentially a face mask on that one. And it seems that that is what they're going to mark, a face mask. So the Gobblers will have it half the distance to the goal here. But, yeah, and it's kind of disappointing for Rush City. It seemed that they were able to get him again for a loss. And, you know, they've really done a good job at slowing down Williams as he was trying to find the corner. But All for naught, as it'll be, first down coming up for Aiken.
I think the Gobblers are going to get dinged on that one. I'm not sure, but
I'd say they're having a discussion now. It's seen that the ref was motioning face mask.
Oh, and it is going against the Tigers.
That is now the 4th penalty on Rush City.
And it's still going to replay 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Gobblers. They come up to the line. McNevin split out to the left side. Ball on the far hash. Smith under center. And Smith under center. He's going to go ahead and hand off to Williams. Williams bounces around to the outside, gets in the pylon. No, they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Williams around the edge.
It's got to be a 1st and inches.
But that's enough for another.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take a wild guess of what Aiken's going to run on this play. But, Williams finally finding an opening a little bit, closely getting to that end zone. But see if that can get him rolling. And maybe if they give it to him here in the goal line situation, get some momentum rolling.
Yeah, it is 1st and inches for the Gobblers. McNevin heads out. Klein comes in. Smith with the call, and he comes up to the line. Klein's going to be split out to the left side. Fulton, Jones, Williams all in the backfield. Smith under center. We go ahead and look for Fulton. Fulton gets in for a touchdown for the Gobblers there with 10:58 left here in the second.
Yeah, that's what I expected. Just run it up the gut. Trust your big boys up front to create a hole and on that left side. Man, too easy for Fulton. Left guard doing a fantastic job of reaching out to that left outside shoulder to create that hole, and Fulton making it it'll be one of the easiest touchdowns he sees this year.
Yeah, for sure. Gobblers are going to end up going for 2. And Williams is going to be in the shotgun. Smith out to the right. It'll be a juke and jive. Williams is going to keep it, trying to. He comes up short.
Short of the line.
But with that, the Gobblers on top 6-0. It'll be Rush City's turn next with 10:58 left to go in quarter number 2. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler Football on yourliveevent.com and listening on KKI and AM 930 FM 103.1.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
This season.
Welcome back to the action. Simulcasting on yourliveevent.com and KKI and AM 930 FM 103.1. Aiken on top 6-0 with 10:58 left to go in quarter number 2. As Fulton running it in for maybe a few inches, but they'll mark it a 1-yard touchdown as Aiken will kick off. Back deep is Dick to receive.
Jones to kick for the Gobblers.
As Jones will line up and deliver a short kick. Sure if that was an intentional onside attempt. We'll call it an onside attempt. Great aggression from Allen Hills. But falling on top of that for Rush City was number 70, Kyle Armstrong. There on it. So they're going to mark it at the 45-yard line, and this is where Rush City will set up. And they've had some potential in their 2 drives that they've had so far, or in 3 drives, I should say. I mean, getting the interception to set them up in the red zone, but turning the ball over right back. Penalties have been a killer for Rush City, but here we go. It's going to be Kirby in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Sideline here for Aiken, getting rumptious. Dick in motion out to the left. They're going to hand off to Wood up the middle on the left side. He's got a gaping hole, breaking through tackles, and a nice thud to the 41-yard line. That's going to be good for a Rush City first down.
Williams on the stop for the Gobblers.
Yeah, Williams laying down the lumber on that. Hey, you can hear from up here. As it's going to be first down and 10 coming up. As that's going to be spotted.
The 43.
At the 43-yard line. So a run of 13 yards for Woods on that carry. And here we go with first down and 10 for Rush City. Dick in motion out to the left as Kirby going to hand up to Woods, off tackle on the right side, trying to get the edge and not able to do that.
Nice
McNevin, fantastic tackle with the angle, and it is going to be a slight gain. Gain of 1, it seems.
He ran 30 yards for a yard.
Yeah, all that effort, but boy, tell you what a great pursuit by McNevin. And you know, when you get those one-on-one, because if Woods would have, if he would have broke that tackle, he would have been down the sideline for quite a while. So McNevin with a huge tackle on that one. Officially a gain of 1 for Wood on his 8th carry of the night. Second down coming up here. 9:55 to go in quarter number 2. Kirby looking to throw, looking out in the middle on the left side and right to the arms of Williams. Looking for a return out of the sideline, and we got a flag on the play as he's pushed out, tackled at the 50-yard line. Williams with the second turnover for the Gobblers, but we'll see about the penalty. But for right now, the Gobblers getting the ball right back, and that's 2 interceptions for Kirby. But we'll await the call.
I am smelling Toby's Burgers.
I'm smelling something, but
and it will be a flag on the Gobblers.
So negate.
Yep, it was a block in the back by Bauman.
So now, well, the interception will stand as on the return, the block in the back. So Aiken will set up on offense. 2 interceptions thrown by Kirby in this one. 6-0 Gobblers, 9:42 left to go in quarter number 1. Aiken's going to set up, first down and 10.
Smith comes in with the play.
So they're going to be at the 25-yard line of Aiken.
McNevin split out to the right. Wishbone in the backfield, Smith under center. He's going to go ahead and hand off to Williams right up the gut. He's going to pick up probably 6.
And there's that first really good run we've seen from Williams tonight. And, you know, eventually with this offensive line, see if they can wear down the front. Defense has been pushed around so far and, you know, seen the field quite a bit. And it seems that when their offense is trying to go to work, you know, turnovers and penalties have been their killer. They had 5 turnovers against Crosby Ironton, up to 2 already in this one. But we'll see if that can get Williams going.
Smith going to be back up under center. Williams goes in motion off to the right. And he's going to hand off to Fulton. Fulton just met right at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to drag for 1 or 2. Looks like he's probably only going to get 1.
Able to make something happen there, but good penetration by Tyler Monson. Looks like Brandon Neeson might have been there on the tackle as well, but for Rush City, not making it easy, making this offense work for it.
It's going to be 3rd and 5, actually, for the Gobblers, leading 6-0 with 8:30 to go here in the first half.
You know, now for Rush City, I'm curious to see what they run defensively. Haven't blitzed at all. They've just been able to create penetration on that defensive front. The interiors look great tonight. We'll see if the Gobblers can answer. 3rd and 5 here. This seems like a call for Williams.
McNevin's going to be split out to the right. Ball on the far hash. Gobblers heading north. 3 Migos in the backfield. Smith going to hand off to Williams. Williams has got enough, looks like should be for the first down.
Tackle by Hogwood, carried by Williams. And
that's his 8th carry. Williams averaging 7.5 yards per carry, but so far tonight he had 3 for losses. And only these 2 6-yard gains is all his biggest runs he's had, but he's had the 2 interceptions. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Gobbler 35. Smith under center. Comes in. It's going to be handoff to Fulton. Fulton's going to get met in the backfield for a loss.
You can hear some thuds going on there too. Both fronts going at it tonight, and Rush City winning the battle there. And for Michael O'Donnell, have to be really satisfied with this front 7 so far, as they've been able to plug up holes in the defensive line, even doing a good job at really pinching in to create those linebackers to clear up those holes.
Looks like they're going to have both McNevin and Wagner split out on this play. Smith will be under center. Williams, Fulton, and Jones in the backfield. It's going to be handoff to Williams. Williams gets a counter. He's got enough for the first down. Now he's got daylight, and he's trying to get home, but he stops, stiff arms, at the 36-yard line of the Tigers.
And that's enough for another Aiken Gobbler. First down.
Great block upfield, too, by Jones. Was able to linebacker in pursuit. Would have been a much shorter game, but Jones able to really clip him just enough to make a game. But now we got a whistle, and we've got a timeout by Rush City, and we'll take one with them. 6-0 Gobblers lead, 6:58 left to go in quarter number 2. Back in just a moment. You're listening to Gobbler Football on yourliveevent.com and KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1, The Gobbler.
And Bridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
And we're back here with 7 minutes to go here in the second half. Gobblers lead 6-0. It's going to be 1st and 10 after that run by Williams from the Tigers' 36-yard line.
Williams having a good drive, really starting to see his momentum go as running into the Tigers, not shying away from hits.
Wagner, McNevin split out to the left, or the right, Jones gets the carry here. Jones is going to pick up 2.
Rush City has been able to answer the call physically, but just these Aiken running backs, so impressive of how they just keep those feet running. And Jones, he was met up right away, but you could just literally see him driving those legs. That's what propelled him to even just getting a positive gain there.
Yeah, Claywig split out to the left, McNevin and Wagner out to the right. Jones, Williams in the eye, Smith under center. Smith, handoff to Williams. Williams met right at the line of scrimmage. We'll pick up half a yard.
The interior offensive line has been struggling a little bit here in the early stages, and we'll see what kind of adjustments they make. And it's not like Rush City is, throwing any exotic blitzes or packages. They're just really able to answer the call, and they knew what to expect coming with this Aiken offensive line. And so far, great job by the defensive line for Rush City.
The defense they don't care about any other players but Williams and Fulton right now, and that's where their concentration is. So right now, the Gobblers are trying to spread everybody out to try to open up that line. Smith under center. He's going to step. He's going to turn out to the right. He's got Williams open on the flats. Stiff arm, close to the first down for the Gobblers.
Yeah, and you can see defensively they were ready for the run inside there, and that allowed the outside backer to not be able to get home and cover that flats area where he was able to get to, and that just leaves Williams wide open.
First down.
As you mentioned, Lance, now we'll be curious to see, Aiken not exactly known for throwing it out, throwing it all over the field, but maybe just to try and open up this offense a little bit.
Well, he did a good job. The ball was on this near side of the field, and when Smith rolled out, that just opened up everything for Williams, and he had enough for the reception to get up the field. Now you got Klein and McNevin split out to the right. Smith under center. He's going to fumble the ball, but he jumps on it. But there is a flag on the play.
I believe it might be a false start, and that's exactly what it's going to be. But Lance, you talk about the discipline of this Aiken team. That's just their only their second penalty, but their first offensive penalty.
Clock continues to run here with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the first half. The Gobblers lead 6-0. The ball backed up to the 31-yard line of the Tigers, so it'll be a 1st and 15. Looks like Klein is in there to split out along with McNevin. They're going to twins out to the left here. And Claywig's out to the right. I formation. Smith under center. Fumbles again.
And that's now 2 times in a row that mishandle of between the center and QB exchange, and it's certainly field isn't slippery as of right now. We're getting some good weather, no rain, and we'll have to shore that up right away for the Gobblers. But luckily enough, they're able to fall on it. And all of a sudden, you got 2nd and long here, and for the Gobblers, see what they draw up here.
Clock continues to run. McNevin coming in with the play. better hurry up a little bit here. It's going to be close. They hustle up. Smith rolls out to the right, steps back to pass, launches the ball. It is dropped. Dropped by McNevin.
Well, I tell you what a great throw by Smith, though, on the run, an absolute laser on the far sideline, and, you know, not able to hold it down, but great signs right away that if you need to throw this ball around a little bit, you got the arm strength to be able to do it. So, yeah, great attempt that time by Braden Smith.
Yeah, it just ran out of field room over there on the short side of the field. Wagner's coming in with the play. Smith will be under center. Wagner, McNevin on the wide side of the field. Now he jumps back into the shotgun. They're going to go ahead. Hills is going to call a timeout here.
2 remaining for both teams. 3:51 to go in quarter. In quarter number 2. 6-0 Gobblers lead. We'll take a break with them back in just a moment on YourLiveEvent.com and KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Business and give you the best estimate.
Welcome back to the action. No Caruso, Lance Bauman here with you tonight. A beautiful night for football here in Aiken. They lead 6-0. They have 3rd and long coming up, though, on the Rush City 33 with 3:51 to go in quarter number 2.
And Gobblers come up the line. Smith will be in the shotgun. McNevin, Wagner split out to the left. Claywig. Smith steps back to pass, getting pressured. They're going to go ahead and sack him at the 40.
Yeah, just pushed back right away. Just bad footing by the offensive or on the tackles that time. That's what led to that free rush. And then with the guards in that position, you try to overcompensate. When you see 2 guys coming there, you got to make a decision of who to take, and just a doomsday scenario from the get-go for Aiken. Now they'll punt again.
Gobblers getting fired up here on the sidelines.
I will say, Lance, I like being this close. You get to hear a whole lot of stuff. I love it.
You do. It's a new language down here on this side of the field. 3 minutes to go, and the clock runs. McNevin back to punt. The ball is up, almost blocked. It's going to bounce. And it's going to be stopped at the 15.
Here we go with Rush City on offense. Again, not the best field position, as again, great special teams for Aiken. And all I will say, Lance, I wouldn't say it's, new language on a football sideline. I mean, we've all been there.
For sure. It's pretty awesome you telling me the story about how you got onto varsity by playing on this field.
Yeah, I mean, since we have a second, my days in Pillager was in a competition as a freshman with another offensive lineman, played on this field against a scrimmage, and well, one of the guys didn't show up, but I was able to take take advantage, and so it all got started on this field. So it's kind of cool to be back, and obviously for you, you're a legend on this field.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, Kirby is in shotgun for Rush City, looking to get things rolling. 1st down and 10, ball on the 14-yard line of Rush City. They're going to hand off to Wood, off tackle on the left side. Not much going on there as he looks to get a gain of 3, maybe 4. Looks like they're going to mark it a gain of 4 on the carry. So 2nd and 6 coming up for Rush City. And, we've seen Woods get a lot of the bulks of the plays so far. And I think the biggest thing that they need to see is just to see him continue to truck forward. Because Rush City's offensive line has also been held at points so far in this one. Defenses have shown out tonight. They're going to officially mark it a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Shotgun for Kirby, 2 wide receivers out left. It's going to be a rollout to the right for Kirby, looking to throw and setting his feet and throwing. Intercepted. Williams again down the sideline. Again, overthrowing his intended receiver. and now make that 3 interceptions for Kirby, and Jacob Williams, number 2 for him.
I thought they were on the same team there for a minute, but...
I mean, well, I tell you what, I mean, Williams doing a fantastic job back there in coverage. He's just right at the right place at the right time.
He's really doing a good job just reading him as he's coming out and is able to pick those off.
Yeah, especially for Kirby, he's got a little bit of speed, so not biting on that. You're thinking he's going to take it and run, and now Aiken in great field position again.
2 minutes, 13 seconds to go here. 1st and 10 for the Gobblers at the 26-yard line. Smith in shotgun. McNevin hands. That's a stop in the backfield. Jones.
Tackle that time by Tyler Monson. Boy, he has been a force tonight at the linebacker position. And again, he's just taking advantage of those open holes created by the defensive linemen, and penetration early on.
Ball pushed back to the 31-yard line. Now it's going to be 2nd and 14 for the Gobblers.
And we'll see now if this leads to a bit of extra protection from the running backs, whether in terms of, keeping it to one running back and putting your best blockers out there. We'll see if what adjustments could be made in that factor.
McNevin, Wagner split out to the right, Claywig to the left. Smith in the shotgun. Jones to the right. Smith steps back to pass. He launches the ball, and it's almost picked off by one of the Tigers.
And again, pressure that time immediately as Will Volk Jr. there on the pressure that time. And I'll give him a shout out. Good sportsmanship there, helping up Aiken.
That pass was intended for McNevin. They go ahead and throw the running game back in here.
Yeah, for Smith, it's just one of those situations where you see 3 guys coming at you, just to try to get it out quick to some of your athletes. But in a dangerous situation, you can see that the running backs still keeping positive with their offensive line, looking to show some improvement here in the next couple of plays.
Back to the 3 Migos in the backfield. Smith under center, McNevin off to the left. And it's going to be a pitch to Williams. He tries to get outside. He's got a little bit of pressure, but he's going to go juke a jive. He's going to turn around that corner. He's going to get up close to the first down.
That was all Williams on that effort that time. It seemed that he was going to get tackled for a loss, but just with his speed, able to turn on the Jets on the outside, and this is going to be close, but it looks like he's just going to be just short by about 3 yards.
It'll be 4th and 2, 4th and 3 for the Gobblers. Be about a 10-yard gain for Williams. Minute 17 to go here in the first half. Gobblers threatening here at the 4th and 2. Ball placed on about the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20-yard line, let's say the 19. Smith under center, double tight. 3 Migos in the backfield. He's going to hand off to Fulton. Fulton cuts around the corner, gets around the left side, and he is close to the end zone. And they're going to go ahead and give him a touchdown.
Looks like down, out of bounds. It just seems just short. Again, they'll have 1st and goal at the inch-yard line. As we look at the replay here on our end of things.
I saw some touchdown signs there, but apparently that was not the referees. Unfortunately, we don't get to make the...
Well, yeah, it did look. It looked like he went straight up with it, but deciding that it was just short. But again, Aiken will probably just pound it up the middle here.
Half-yard line. Smith under center. Go ahead and hand off to Jones. They're going to go ahead and call it a touchdown now. A 1-yard TD run for Jones.
And great response by the offensive line, getting a push on both those last 2 plays. And, in those situations when you're at the, the inch-yard line, half an inch to go, it's you just rely on those big guys to make a play. And, despite Aiken allowing penetration, not exactly playing their cleanest offensive game, still find themselves with a 12-point lead.
That was a nice run by Fulton, just shy of the end zone, but nice setup for him. Smith's going to be under center. He's going to have McNevin Smith over to the right. Handoff, shotgun to Williams. Williams steps back and pass. Has Smith in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Now the Gobblers lead 14-0.
As we reset now, Aiken adding to their lead, 14-0. Gobblers lead with 1:03 left to go in quarter number 2 as halftime is approaching. We'll take a break. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler football on yourliveevent.com and KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
Team that brings over 25 years of experience offering roofing systems in a variety of colors, materials, and textures, then call my dad at Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding, 218-831-1907. Whether it's a tear-off or new construction, Mike's Miller's Roofing gets the job done right. Call 218-831-1907 for your free estimate and get your new roof installed before the holidays. That's Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding.com or call 218-831-1907.
Gobblers.
Welcome back. Another 1-yard touchdown run for Aiken. This time Jones with the touchdown. And now Aiken kicking off here. 1:03 left to go in quarter number 2. 14-0. Gobblers on top as the kick is short. Received by Rush City player in the about the 30 and pushing up towards the 40-yard line, excuse me, and that's where Rush City will set up. 59 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Rush City looking to get on one drive to at least stop the bleeding here in the half. And we do have some score updates to give you over on KOKS Talk 100.1. Pequot Lakes all over Hibbing, 34-0 after 1 quarter of play. Staples Motley on top, 13-0 over Pine River Bacchus after 1 on yourliveevent.com.
Houston Peace on the stop there.
It's first and 10, ball on the 40-yard line. Man coverage here for the Aiken Gobblers. Expecting pass. Kirby is in the shotgun. He's got 3 interceptions in this one, and that is going to be false start. And it seemed that Wood may have gone a little early as he was expecting that carry. So another penalty coming up on Rush City, and it's going to be a false start. As again, penalties and turnovers crucial for Rush City as it was last week against Crosby Ironton. So now all of a sudden, 1st and 15 on the 35-yard line. A long field with 58 ticks to go in quarter number 2. And of course, make sure to tune in for our halftime report. We'll go around our score updates as well as give you our recaps of half number 1, but we've got a whistle. And we'll have an officials timeout here. Not really sure what they'll have a discussion about here, but Aiken's defense has been sensational tonight. 3 turnovers forced so far. As now looks like it's a clock issue.
They're going to add 1.7 seconds back to the clock there.
So we'll get 59.7 to go. Rush City getting back up to the line. 2 wide receivers out to the left. In motion, Dick to the right. Handoff to Wood, up the middle on the right side. Out chasing Gobblers. Now he's got the sideline. He's to the 40, trampling his way to the 40-yard line where he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And there's the big play that Rush City needed from their own 35 to the Aiken 40.
McGuire on the stop right by the sidelines.
And Wood doing a great job of just out-rushing his man there. That's going to be a 15-yard run for Wood on that carry. Or excuse me, a 25, I should say. 25. Quick math can be a little hard sometimes, but nonetheless, 1st and 10, ball in the 40 of Aiken. Pistol formation here. Pitch out to the left side. Sweep to Wood. Looking to the edge. Down the sideline. Good pop there by Williams again. But a positive gain for Woods. As now we've got a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout by Rush City. And we'll take one with them after the gain of 4 for Wood. 41.5 to go here in half number 1. Back in just a moment. You're listening to Gobbler Football on YLE and KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1.
Since 1938, purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit Aiken Motors CO.
Rush City, 1 timeout remaining here in half number 1. 41.5 seconds to go in half number 1. Rush City with the football. They will have 2nd and 6 coming up.
Gobblers lead 14-0.
14-0 Aiken. Ball going to be placed at the 35-yard line of Rush City. It's going to be a handoff. Wood on the right side, being dragged down by a couple of Gobblers. Second effort by Wood this time as he looks to get 6 yards, and that's going to be a first down as the clock will stop as they reset. Or excuse me, it looks like a gain of 4 that time as he's short by a yard.
Bauman, Kanye, and Klein on that stop.
And now they are going to mark it a first down. Yeah, it looked like he did have slightly enough needed. 6, got about 6.5. So first down for Rush City. Trying to put together a drive. 34.8 to go in half number 1. 14-0 Aiken. Kirby in shotgun. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Roll out to the left. Kirby with pressure in his face, and he's just going to throw, and it is incomplete. Or excuse me, it actually was able to snatch that. The shuttle pass was snatched. It looked like he was going right to the dirt. As now the Rush City coach is not happy with that effort that time. We'll just keep it right here with 22.4 to go. And yeah, surprised, great catch by Dick on that one, getting a few yards, but actually losing 3 on that one. And almost better to just throw it out of bounds here outside of the tackle box. Preserve that last time out.
Visnovec was on that pressure right there for the Gobblers, doing a good job.
So now we have 2nd and 13 for Rush City. Ball on the 31-yard line of Aiken. 14-0 Gobblers lead. Looking to keep it a shutout here in half number 1. Kirby trips to the right. Rolling out to the right. Kirby looking to throw and stepping up deep down the sideline, and that is going to be, is that picked off? It is incomplete. Just couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds, but nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd down for Rush City. Still no complete, or excuse me, well, 1 completion for Kirby for -3 yards. But it's been a rough start.
15 seconds left here in the first half. Gobblers lead 14-0.
Been a rough start for Kirby here tonight, but this Aiken defense been great all season. Continuing to show that right now. 15.5 to go in half number 1. 14-0 Aiken. 3rd and 13. Ball still at the 31-yard line of Aiken. Gobblers looking for a couple of stops here. You'd imagine Rush City will probably go for it here on 4th down, try to make 4th down a little more manageable. Trips out to the left. Kirby looking to throw, clean pocket, and that is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver that time was Volk, the tight end on the right side. Left that one short, and it's 4th and 13 coming up. Now with 11.5 to go in half number 1, and you know, for Rush City, not exactly in a position to punt. So they're going to try and go for it here on 4th and 13, try to get some kind of score before half. Even though 14-0, it's not an insurmountable lead. But with how good this Aiken defense has looked so far, forcing 3 turnovers, you want to get some kind of momentum going into the locker room. 11.5 to go in half number 1. Tigers will line up. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Lone wide receiver out right is Kemp. Kirby, the lone man in the backfield, looking to throw, stepping up in the pocket collapsing, and he's sacked.
2nd sack for Visnovec.
Visnovec with his 2nd sack of the ball game, and that is going to be a failed 4th down conversion and a turnover on downs for Rush City. Visnovec doing a great job of keeping at it. Was initially pushed at the line, but just powered through and was chasing Kirby down. And now a 6.9 to go. We'll see if the Gobblers run a play or if they just take a knee to head into the locker room up 14.
Smith has the play, and I have a feeling he is just going to take a knee.
And it looks like that is exactly what they're going to do. And we'll go into the locker room with the Gobblers here on homecoming. A 14-0 lead here over Rush City. It's been a defensive battle for both teams. Gobblers taking advantage of turnovers. Here in this one, 2 interceptions by Williams, 2 sacks by Visnovic have been the standout performers on that side of the ball. But we will head into the locker room. Gobblers on top, 14-0. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll give you your halftime report and more. Get you set for half number 2. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler football on yourliveevent.com, simulcasting on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit aikenmotorsco.com.
Welcome to Aiken Schools. Our mission here at Aiken Public Schools is to empower our students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, staff, and parent involvement, all while learning in a safe environment. Our students take pride in being gobblers and are supplied with the facilities and tools necessary to achieve our goals of student success. For more information, visit home.isd1.org. We are ISD1. Go Gobblers!
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan. At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
This is called 927-4488. Cummings Jansen, your hometown realtor.
Halftime here in Aiken. 14-0, Gobblers on top over Rush City. Noah Caruso, Lance Bauman here with your halftime report. And Lance, we knew that Aiken's defense was their big shining point heading into this ball game, and forcing 3 turnovers in this one, it's been quite the performance.
It is, and you know what? It's a good thing for the Gobblers with the pressure they had with Vizzy getting 2 sacks so far here in the first half, and Williams with the 3 picks. It's been pretty good.
Now, I will do have to ask you, Lance, with the offensive side, we got to give Rush City credit. Their defensive front knew what Aiken was going to do, and they have come to play. And in turns for Allen Hills, what do you what's got to be the message for that side of the ball, especially for the offensive line in that locker room?
The biggest thing is just sticking with your blocks and getting after it. Right now, the Tigers are doing a great job. They're concentrating on the 3 backs, both Jones and Williams. But you know what? Parker Fulton was able to squeeze through for a couple there also. But right now, that's all they're worried about is they're just getting into the backfield and worried about those 3 running backs.
And they've been doing a great job at it. Now, Rush City looking to get some consistency going offensively. Kirby making the start today. He only has 1 completion for -3 yards and, of course, the 3 interceptions. Now, looking at the offensive side of things, they've been going heavy with the run today. Jay Wood has had himself quite the game, though, thus far. 11 carries for 60 yards, but no score to show for it. And, for Aiken, we talked about them getting a solid pass rush in there to really slow down, or at least get Rush City kind of scared to throw it a little bit. And so far, they've been doing just that.
Yeah, they have been. Again, it just he does not have any place to throw, and he's thrown over and he's thrown short. And for a minute there, I thought he was just playing catch with Williams.
Well, yeah, the 3 interceptions thus far for him. And I tell you what, when you get that pressure, and we've even seen it with even with Rush City on their passing attack as well. I mean, one interception in this one. It's all been due to good pass rush. But, we'll see what adjustments are made. I know that Alan Hills, he's been trickling in new things here and there as these games come along. And, if you had to, obviously you don't have the playbook, Lance, but if you kind of had to predict what some adjustments are going to be made, what could you expect?
Well, Gobbler's going to come out with a couple more different looks. Right now, they try to split it out with the 4 receivers and working into the eye. And again, they still just concentrate on Williams. Right now, they really got to fake Williams possibly and then try to get some passing going. But right now, unfortunately, the Tigers are getting to the backfield.
And it's been the defensive approach that a little surprised by. I was expecting both offenses to, we expected offenses to, move up and down the field, potentially seize the Gobblers offense, get on a roll tonight. But the defensive effort has been great tonight by both teams. And it can be a lot of fun to watch with some of these big hits, these tackles, and these turnovers, interceptions, all the defensive plays that no one will ever want to talk about, Lance. We always want to talk about the offense. But this is a hard-nosed, gritty football game. And now the Gobblers holding on again to that 14-0 lead here at halftime. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll go through our stat lines for half number 1. Get you ready for half number 2. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler football on yourliveevent.com, simulcasting on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
If you are looking for a local team that brings over 25 years of experience, offering roofing systems in a variety of colors, materials, and textures, then call my dad at Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding, 218-831-1907. Whether it's a tear-off or new construction, Mike's Miller's Roofing gets the job done right. Call 218-831-1907 for your free estimate and get your new roof installed before the holidays. That's Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding.com or call 218-831-1907.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AikenMotorsCO.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on,
Welcome back. Halftime here in Aiken. Gobblers on top 14-0 over Rush City. So we are getting closer and closer to half number 2 getting underway, and we'll have your stat lines here for half number 1 for Rush City. Of course, it's only been one rusher so far. It has been Jay Wood, who has 60 yards on 11 carries, and through the air, starting quarterback tonight, Logan Kirby. It's been a rough night for him so far. He is 1 for 7 in this ball game, as he has 3 interceptions in this one. His lone completion for -3 yards. And Lance will have you over with the Aiken stat line.
Yeah, and the Gobblers are led by, again, Williams here with over 527 yards coming into tonight's game. This first half, he comes up with just 53 yards with 11 carries. Seconded by Jones with 5 carries and 32 yards, and Fulton with 5 carries and 25 yards.
And defensive stat line, Kemp with the 1 interception for Rush City. And, Lance, I know we're here at Veterans Field tonight. We got to give a special shout out.
Yeah, definitely. The old HMLA 267 out there in Camp Pendleton is streaming and watching us on a big screen out there.
Oh, big screen. Yeah, oh, boy, pressure's on.
It is pretty awesome. And, again, we have friends and relatives that are out in Georgia, down in Arizona, all over, all kinds of states sitting there watching these kids play It's just awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. And, of course, a special thanks to everyone and all of our men and women who are serving for us. I know that I speak for me and Lance that we greatly appreciate it. And, here at Veterans Field, this is my first chance at getting to call a game here. And, obviously, moving to the area, I knew that, that presence was huge here in this community. And it's great, everything that they do for it.
Oh, for sure. And then we have the lift-a-thon all summer long, too.
Oh, yeah, that was great, too.
We do a great job of fundraising and supporting our troops and supporting our veterans. We pay it back to our community. This community is a pretty tight community, and they always pay it forward, whether it's through booster clubs and such. But they do a good job, paying back to the ones that led us here, and that is our veterans.
And, of course, the Gobblers come back out to Veterans Field. Again, they hold on to a 14-0 lead. They're about ready to warm back up, so we are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have second half kickoff here at Veterans Field. Back in just a moment, you're watching Gobbler Football on yourliveevent.com, simulcasting on KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1, The Gobbler.
Since 1938, purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated, Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit aikenmotorsco.com.
Welcome to Aiken Schools. Our mission here at Aiken Public Schools is to empower our students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, staff, and parent involvement, all while learning in a safe environment. Our students take pride in being Gobblers and are supplied with the facilities and tools necessary to achieve our goals of student success. For more information, visit home.isd1.org. We are ISD1. Go Gobblers!
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com. At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Stop by and say hi. We're one block north of the lights in Aiken, and thank you for your trust and patronage.
Welcome back here at Veterans Field here in Aiken. Noah Caruso, Lance Bauman here with you as we are about ready for half number 2 to commence. Aiken leading 14-0. They'll receive the second half kickoff and looking to gain some momentum. And, Lance, we talked about it at halftime, but you'd expect the Gobblers to be a little more fired up coming here in the second half.
I think so. They need to build up their confidence here. Yes, they had a couple new looks. We had a couple new receivers out there for the Gobblers. Hills is doing a good job trying to give them some different looks. They got to get a little bit more confident on some of these plays. But, again, they're struggling a little bit with the Tiger defense.
And for Rush City, that's going to have to be the focal point for them in half number 2. I've been very impressed, really, with that front five. Normally they run an odd man, or they've been running an odd man front. Generally, we'll run a 3-man look on the defensive line, but knowing that Aiken will run the football and put bodies forward, that's what they've been able to do, and they've been able to match so far. And really their biggest factor of why it's a 14-0 lead have been turnovers. The Aiken defense has been great tonight. Both defenses have shown out so far, but it'll be Aiken looking to come out here on this first drive. And, you know, again, at 20, right now 14-0 is not an insurmountable lead, but with how both defenses are playing, and a touchdown here in the opening drive would go a long way.
Williams is going to be back at his 20-yard line from the north side of Veterans Field here.
As it'll be Kirby to kick things off here for half number 2.
Again, it is very nice that the rain has held off here tonight. It's been just a phenomenal fall night here for the Gobblers here on Veterans Field. Squib kick. Both Fulton and Braxton Hughes fall on that. Gobblers going to be 1st and 10 from the 32 or 33-yard line.
Looking like the holy roller on that time. He had 3 Gobblers chasing at it. I was wondering who was going to get to it.
You had a little bit nervous there with that squib kick. 1st and 10 for the Gobblers from their 32-yard line. They're going to squeeze it back to the 31-yard line. Smith going to be under center. McDevitt split out to the right. Same wishbone backfield. He's going to hand off to Williams. Williams keeps it. He gets out to the outside, and he's coming up. Stiff arms for a first down. Picks up a nice 14-yard gain.
McNevin doing a good job getting upfield, applying a block, able to get Williams a couple of yards, but that's what we needed to see. It was a rough first half for Williams in that first half, but we saw him gain a little bit of steam towards the end of quarter number 2, and that's a great start for him.
Yep, 1st and 10 from the Gobbler 45. Ball on the near hash. We have Klein come out to the right. Same look with the wishbone. Williams goes in motion to the short side here. Going to be Twins right. Smith hands off to Fulton. Huge hole. He's going to pick up 5. Gets just past the 50-yard line.
Brecken Williams doing a good job at the left guard position. He's able to get up, take his defense lineman down, get up to the next level. Now we're seeing the offensive line a little fired up here. I'm sure that I know that they can't be pleased with that first half performance, and so far, looking pretty good.
Yep, the defense coach there, Smith and Hills, also senior, doing a good job. Probably made some big adjustments here right at halftime. Smith will be under center, McDevitt to the right.
Rush City showing blitz here.
Pitch to Fulton out the left side. There's going to be a flag on the play. Fulton gets around the corner, and there's another flag. Should have a first down, but we are going to...
I believe both of these are going to be on Aiken.
Yep.
On the far edge there, blocking the back or holding.
And it will be a holding. Not sure which handkerchief they're going to go off of. They're going to go from the line of scrimmage.
Looks like, yeah, they're going to back them up.
10. Replay 2nd down.
Yeah, with that's where the spot of the foul was, and that's where they're going to back them up. And, you know, Aiken hasn't managed these long situations, you know, at least ideally tonight. Obviously, you never really have a game plan for these 2nd and 3rd and longs, but we'll see if they can at least pound up the middle, make 3rd down a little bit easier.
2nd 15, Smith under center, McDevitt off to the right. I'm going to go ahead and hold off, and he rolls out to the right. He's looking deep, looks for McDevitt, wide open, and he's got it. He's going to juke and jive. He's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line.
Broken coverage by Rush City, and, you know, we talked about how when you got a quarterback rolling out like that, you can get the defenders to bite a little bit, but that's what you expect from the linebackers. You don't want your corners doing that. They need to be back. They got to be ready, and just a lapse of judgment that time by the secondary for Rush City leads McDevitt wide open. And, you know, great throw by Smith to, you know, after taking a hit, to be able to get it to him.
35-yard pass. Be 1st and 10 from the 25. Smith be under center again. McDevitt off to the right. Wishbone backfield. Williams again goes in motion. Twins off to the right. Hand off to Fulton. He's bouncing off to the outside. Tries to get off the tackle and gains another. Looks like they're going to go ahead and give him 5 or 6.
Tackle by Dick.
It would be 2nd and 6 for the Gobblers. Pick up a 4 for Fulton.
So far, we're seeing a huge statement drive right now by Aiken. Offensive line really getting a good push on that initial first step.
Klein out to the right. Smith under center. Gonna hand off to Williams. Williams looks for his blockers, goes back, cuts back, gets close to the end zone, stiff arms. He is just short. It's gonna be short of the goal line. There's 3 flags on the field here. 2 flags, I'm sorry.
Again, seeing a potential block in the back here on this side, but we will see. Yeah, a lot of laundry on the field here on this play.
You know, now that the wife is gone, there's a lot of laundry all over the laundry room, too. And I know she probably heard that, and I just felt a hit in the back of the head.
you can almost hear the sigh from here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be holding on offense, but offsetting penalties here.
They're going to go. They'll replay second down. So it'll be 2nd and 6 here again. That was a good job. It was neat watching Williams just wait and set up his blocks, and once all that pressure and that roadblock got in front of him, he was able to cut back to the left and get downfield.
Oh, yeah, and I feel like in this game, he probably has told himself that, hey, need to be a little more patient in these situations, wait for these holes to develop, and sometimes when you just get the ball, you just want to go, but we're seeing good patience from Williams so far.
Ball in the 20, Smith under center. McNevin off to the left. It's going to be handoff to Williams again, but he's going to get bombarded with a bunch of Tigers. No gain. 9:22 to go here in the third quarter. Gobblers lead 14-0. Everybody out in radio land, compared to the last game that we had here, is saying that the sound and everything is good.
Perfect. Well, I told you, Lance, this is the first time that you and I were doing a game. I was expecting no issues tonight.
No, exactly. I appreciate it. You did a good job.
Hey, well, solid. We're glad to be up here.
All right, Smith will be under center. McNevin off to the left. 3 Amigos in the backfield. Ball on the 25. 3rd and 5 to go for the Gobblers. Hand off to Jones. Huge hole. Bucks through. Goes in close to the end zone, and he is in for another touchdown.
Boy, easy. Too easy. And we saw that Rush City, they were sending blitzers. They were expecting that handoff right up the middle, but good play call by Allen Hills there. Because that's really where they've had the most success running the football, has been off tackle on the outside and finding a gaping hole that time.
Nice 20-yard run for Jones for that touchdown.
You know, Lance, I'm getting a little more used to the fireworks going off after the score. Yes, I'm getting used to the cannon. First going on after national anthem, I was rattled.
For many years, Mr. Steve Bear ran that cannon. All right, Gobblers come up for the 2-point conversion here. Smith under center. And he's going to go ahead and try to keep it. Goes for a pass. He's got McNevin in the back. Looks like it was McNevin for the 2-point conversion.
And a great statement drive by the Aiken Gobblers coming out of the locker room. They lead 22-0 with 8:43 left to go here in quarter number 3. We'll take a break. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler football on yourliveevent.com, simulcasting on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1, The Gobbler.
That brings over 25 years of experience offering roofing systems in a variety of colors, materials, and textures, then call my dad at Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding, 218-831-1907. Whether it's a tear-off or new construction, Mike's Miller's Roofing gets the job done right. Call 218-831-1907 for your free estimate and get your new roof installed before the holidays. That's Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding.com or call 218-831-1907.
8:43 to go in quarter number 3. Rush City will get the football. Gobblers leading 22-0 after the touchdown score.
Jones to kick for the Gobblers.
Stick will be back deep to receive, and that kick is on the far sideline that has eyes for out of bounds, and it will get out of bounds, so there's the flag. But a great opening statement for Aiken coming out of the locker room. 22-0 with 8:43 left to go in quarter number 3, and here comes the Gobblers defense fired up here after that touchdown score. And as for Rush City, their first chance to respond here in half number 2. It's been all Wood so far in this one. 60 rushing yards on 11 carries.
The 3D line, Visnovec, Bachniak, and Williams.
They've been great tonight. Looking to apply more pressure here. 8:43 to go. Ball's placed at the 35-yard line of Rush City. Kirby is in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the left. That's Kemp and Rude. Handoff to Wood up the middle on the left or right side, but able to get some positive yardage. Gain of 3 on the carry for Wood. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Williams and Kanye and McNevin on that stop.
Boy, McNevin's had a solid defense performance as well, but now we have an injury for the Gobblers.
Kanye Bokniak is, looks like he's cramping up there a little bit. Short gain for the Tigers there, 2 yards.
Bokniak there on the tackle, and while they attend to him, we will take a break. Back in just a moment on your live event in KKIN AM 930.
Since 1938, purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians.
We're back in the action. Good news for the Gobblers. Bokniak is back up and walking fine. May have just been a cramp, but never want to speculate, but he is looking fine as he heads to the sidelines.
He is one big kid there. He's 6'3", 365 senior for the Gobblers. In for him on this play is going to be Justin Backstrom at 275, a senior.
Now Kirby sending Dick in motion to the left side. Bobbles the snap. It's a loose football. Kirby picks it up, trying to make something happen as he jumps out to the right side, but not much going on there. And is Kirby able to recover his own fumble as he gets, looks like 1 on that attempt, but it's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up, so ends up working out all right for Rush City in the sense of getting some yardage. 3rd and medium coming up here. And for Rush City, that has 4 turnovers in this game so far. Had 5 against Crosby Ironton. 7:50 to go in quarter number 3. 22-0 Gobblers. 3rd and 6 ball on the 39-yard line. Dick in motion out to the left. Kirby. Handoff to Wood up the middle. He's got a gaping hole, and he's going to take it past the 50, and he's going to get tackled at the about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. But a good run that time for Wood, and it's 1st down for Rush City.
Williams on the stop for the Gobblers. A little slow to get up there. Bowman got caught in a trap there and just had a huge hole for the Tigers to get through.
Run of 14 yards for Wood. Ball on the 48-yard line now of Aiken. Rush City has had many opportunities in plus territory. Kirby looking to take advantage. Trips out to the left. Kirby in shotgun. Bobbles the snap, but it falls right into the hands of Woods. Boy, another lucky play for Rush City. Wood not able to make it happen as he gets no gain on the carry, but another just almost a near miss, near disaster for Rush City.
Vizzy and Zesmita and Williams on the stop for the Gobblers.
Wood up to 77 rushing yards on 14 carries.
6:54 left here in the 3rd quarter. Gobblers up 22-0.
For Rush City, now in a 2nd and 10 coming up. Ball still at the 48-yard line after no gain. Kirby in the shotgun. 1 wide receiver on each side. On the far side, it's Rude. Kemp on the near side. In the middle hash, Kirby. And it's going to be a reverse handoff to Dick up the middle, and he's breaking through a few Gobbler tackles as he's pushing forward. Gets gain of 6 for Dick on his first carry here in the 2nd half, so it's 3rd and manageable coming up for Rush City.
Bokniak and take a slow him down there. 3rd and 5 for the Tigers.
And they mark it a gain of 5 on the reverse handoff. So Rush City, this is the positions they need to be in. They haven't exactly had a lot of 3rd and manageable so far tonight. Kirby will come out, breaking the huddle. 2 wide receivers out left. Kirby in shotgun. To his left is Wood. And it's going to be a throw to the left side, and almost a one-handed catch by Kemp near the sideline, running that out route, but again, incomplete, and it's 4th and 5 coming up.
Bokniak comes out. Backstrom comes in.
Now we'll see what Rush City has, and that was right in the range of Kemp, as he has intended him 4 times here tonight, and no completions to him.
Kuntz comes in for the Gobblers also. Sorry there, Noah.
Nah, you're all right. Kirby, I was just going to say, Kirby with only 1 completion so far, and had a clean pocket that time, though, and he was able to at least put it in a position for Kemp to make the play, so we'll see if that's where Rush City can find some consistency on offense. Kirby is in shotgun. They're going forward on 4th and 4. Or 4th and 5, it seems, as Kirby, clean pocket, looking to throw, rolling out to his right. Now the pocket's collapsing. A flag on the play. Kirby taking himself down the sideline. Needed 5, got 7, and that's a first down for Rush City, but there is a flag. And it's a block in the back on Rush City, so negate that first down. And now we'll see what Rush City decides to do here on 4th and long. And again, missed timely penalties for Rush City. Their 6th penalty of the night, as they'll back them way up here, and you would expect Rush City to just punt here. But down 22-0. Got to make some plays happen, but both teams are sending out their punt unit, so the Gobblers will get the ball back up 22-0 with 5:44 left to go in quarter number 3.
Bokniak back in for the Gobblers. Backstrom out. Williams goes back deep for the Gobblers, sitting at his 25-yard line.
Williams to return, Kirby to punt. He's going to field this one to the 20-yard line, and it's blocked! Blocked up in front, and the Gobblers, had a lane, now a bobble for it.
Zazmita played a hot potato there.
Zazmita, he maybe saw the end zone there. He saw he was about to scoop it and go, but nonetheless, Gobblers will set up great field position here. With 5:38 left to go in quarter number 3, Gobblers, the special teams has been a very underrated factor tonight.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gobblers from the Tigers' 48-yard line.
Again, just want to highlight the special teams. We've seen good punting so far as they've been able to pin them down deep in their own territory. Now a blocked punt there for the Gobblers.
5:38 here to the 3rd to go. Smith under center. McNevin off to the left side. 3 Migos in the backfield. Hand off to Fulton. Fulton's got a huge hole. There's another flag on the play.
Fulton on the handoff, tackled by number 2. Flag on the play.
Looks like this is going to go against Aiken.
Holding on to Gobblers.
Now penalties kind of piling up for Aiken here in this game, and generally a pretty disciplined team, and it puts them in tough situations. I think that was another factor that we saw in half number 1. It seems that when they started to get something going, penalties would kind of shoot themselves in the foot a little bit, but we'll see what they can draw up here. 1st and long coming up.
Ball be pushed back all the way to the 43-yard line of the Gobblers. Smith comes up under center. McNevin off to the right. Ball in the center. Williams comes in motion off to the right, now in twins. Hand off to Fulton, huge hole, and he brings it up close and over the 50-yard line. Go ahead and give him 6 on that.
That's what you need to do. When you're in those long situations, don't need to get it all in one play or feel like you need to be a hero in that situation. But, for Aiken, just as they've been able to do all day, just be able to get some 4 or 5 tough yards on the play. And now they have a good position to make 3rd down a little bit easier.
2nd and 12 for the Gobblers. Ball on the 49-yard line. And they hustle up to the line. Short amount of time. McNevin off to the right. Smith under center. Williams goes in motion again. And we're going to go ahead and call a timeout as the back judge was counting.
Allen Hills will take his first time out of the half. We'll take one with them. 4:42 left to go in quarter number 3. 22-0 Gobblers on top. Back in just a moment on YourLiveEvent.com and KKIN AM 930.
Visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for any.
Off the Allen Hills timeout, Aiken's got 2 remaining here at half number 2. 22-0 Gobblers on top. They have 2nd and 14 coming up from their own 49-yard line with 4:42 to go in quarter number 3.
Smith under center. McNevin off to the right. Now Williams goes in motion again. Twins set up on the right. Pass to Williams. Out in the flats here. Jukes and jives. Got nothing but white in front of him, but close to the 40-yard line. Sorry, the 45-yard line. They're going to push him back to the, I don't know, it's kind of not a very good spot. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
You know, and generally what those wide receiver screens do, it's, of course, you aren't able to get linemen upfield to create a hole, so you rely on, your athletes to make plays, and Williams doing a good job at just getting past the original line of scrimmage. And it's all just to get a few yards and to put yourself in a better situation.
Ball in the near hash. Smith under center. Williams again. Fulton. Fulton with the 1-yard run.
Boy, Kirby almost
just demolished Smith.
Almost wreaked havoc on that play. Almost disrupted the handoff. But now just like that, it's 4th down and a good response by Rush City.
They're going to go ahead and Gobblers are going to punt, try to get him buried into deep Tiger territory. 3:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Gobblers still lead 22-0.
And this time it's going to be Kempf back deep to return on the punt. And, again, Aiken has done a good job at pinning Rush City deep in their own territory. Now here's the punt. And it's a high booming kick. Kempf gonna let it bounce. That's gonna roll inside the 15 and close to the 10. And again, another beautiful punt by McNevin. As that is gonna be spotted inside the 10-yard line. Looks to be about the 6, and that is where Rush City will start. And this is, and Lance, we always talk about, what's the offense going to do? What's the defense going to do? But special teams has really set up the defense well so far tonight.
They did a very nice job getting them pinned back into the deep Tiger territory.
And now all of a sudden it's Aiken looking to take advantage of their field situation that they've been given. For Rush City, another long field to deal with. 1st and 10, ball on the 6-yard line. 3:10 to go in quarter number 3, excuse me. Wood and just fell down. It's a fumble, and the Gobblers fall on it. And that is what being pinned in that situation can do for you.
Owen Warren on that recovery for the Gobblers.
Warren on the recovery, and just a poor exchange between Kirby and Wood as Wood just overlapped the handoff. And now it's the 5th turnover for Rush City, and now the Gobblers in prime position.
3:06 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Gobblers up 22-0. Ball on the 6-yard line of the Tigers. Smith reading a novel in the huddle there. Got McNevin off to the right. Smith under center. Fulton goes into motion off to the right. There it is. Pitch to Williams off to the right side. He's got a lot of room. And he's in for 6.
Jacob Williams again just finding a hole on the outside. And I tell you what, when you're put in that situation, 1st and goal off the turnover by Rush City, making quick work of it. And the Gobblers add to their lead. And keep an eye out, Lance. I thought I saw a little bit of lightning, it seems, so we'll monitor that.
I'm pretty sure somebody might have just lit a cigarette over there or something.
That may be the case.
Yeah. Or not a whole lot of smoking going on anymore. 2:59 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 28-0. Gobblers lead. Gobblers going to go for 2. Wagner out to the right. Smith under center. Let's get the handoff. There's going to be a flag on the play. False start on the Gobblers. Go ahead and move him back 5.
Do have another score update over on Skeeter 101.5. 10 minutes ago, halftime, Crosby Ironton up 22-8 over International Falls. Of course, Aiken and Crosby Ironton meeting here next week.
In the old stump
game. The old stump game. Looking forward to that one. Of course, all rivalry games are always fun, but it's always fun when there's a trophy to play for.
And it's a short bus ride.
It's a very quick bus ride. It should be efficient for everybody. It's kind of have a college football feel where you play for a trophy. But here we go, Gobblers on the 2-point conversion attempt.
Williams and McNevin split out to the right. Smith back to pass. And it looks like there's a flag on the play. That ball was attempted to Williams.
And they'll get those yardage back as that'll be pass interference.
Pass interference against the Tigers.
Well, let's try this two-point conversion. Let's try this over again. See if third time's the charm.
You never know. .259 left here in the third quarter. Now Smith under center, three amigos in the backfield. McDevitt off to the right. McDevitt dump pass to, I don't know who that was. Oh, bummer. That was intended for Claywig, but it is incomplete.
Well, the Gobblers do add to their lead. Jacob Williams, a touchdown here for him as he adds to the Gobbler lead, 28-0. As we will take a break here with 2:59 to go here in quarter number 3. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler football on your live event and KKN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians for hours, appointments, and vehicle.
And wasting no time to get this kickoff up and running. 28-0, Aiken on top with 2:59 to go in quarter number 3.
Jones to kick for the Gobblers. Yeah. Boom!
That's going to be another deep kick on the far sideline as that is going to be fielded, just toe tapping the sideline. Kirby up the middle, trying to find the sideline, breaking a tackle, and he's going to be tackled just past the 30-yard line, close to the 35. We'll see where they officially mark it, but now Rush City will set up down 28-0, and we'll see if, of course, when you'll need, when you need all these points back, we'll see if Rush City start to throw it a little bit more. But here we go. It's going to be first down and 10 for Rush City as they are going to set up at about the 35-yard line, maybe the 34.
Fulton on the tackle there.
Trips bunch to the left. Kirby in shotgun formation. He's the lone back. Looking to throw. Says Green to the left side and incomplete. As that was intended for Rude. And that's going to go incomplete on the screen attempt.
Broken up by number 42, Walker.
Walker Jones broke that up.
Make that second down and 10. 2:47 to go in quarter number 3 as Aiken's defense pitching a shutout right now. As Rush City will come out. All on the 36-yard line of the Tigers. Kurt's going to be Kirby in shotgun. Bunch to the left, low snap. Handoff to Wood up the middle, breaking a tackle. He's going to push to the 45, to the 47, and that's where he's brought down.
Stopped by McDevitt. Tackle it 8 yards, brought up to the 45-yard line.
Looks like they're going to mark it a first down as the referee gives the word. So that is,
I think that Stonemark Land Surveying Chain Gang should come out for work.
That is a Stonemark Land Surveying Chain Gang measurement, but we do have a injury to a Rush City Tiger. So with that, we will take a break. Back in just a moment on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com.
CO.com.
Welcome to Aiken Schools. Our mission here at Aiken Public Schools is to empower our students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, staff, and parent involvement, all while learning in a safe environment. Our students take pride in being Gobblers and are supplied with the facilities and tools necessary to achieve our goals of student success. For more information, visit home.isd1.org. We are ISD1. Go Gobblers!
Off the injury timeout, that was Jay Wood. And he seems to be favoring that ankle, so we'll keep an eye on that. But a big loss offensively for Rush City. First down and 10, ball in the 46. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Now breaking a few tackles as we'll see what adjustments Rush City has made in terms of positioning.
The Tigers are going ahead and spreading out the defense of the Gobblers.
As Dick is going to get a carry of 6 yards on that attempt. Now into the ball game at quarterback. We do have a change. It is number 14, Lucas Diedrich. Or Diedrich, excuse me. Diedrich now at quarterback for Rush City. As he is in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the left. 2nd and 4. Handoff to Dick. Bouncing out to the right side. Looking for the sideline, but just gets past the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. 3rd down coming up for the Tigers.
Zazmita on the stop for the Gobblers.
Zazmita has been all over the place tonight as we do have another score update after 3. Staples Motley on top 47-0 over on yourliveevent.com. No gain on that carry. 3rd and 4 with 1:30 to go in quarter number 3. Ball placed at the 48-yard line of Aiken. Again, Rush City in plus territory, but a change at quarterback. Diedrich in shotgun. Dick to his left. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Handoff to Dick and tries to make a cut up the middle, and he's going to get tackled for a 1-yard loss.
Kanye Bachniak on the stop.
Boy, Bachniak, he's been all over the place tonight, wreaking havoc in the front. The tackle for loss that time, loses 1 on the carry, as we're now under a minute here in quarter number 3. Now we'll just monitor Jay Wood, as now Kirby is coming back in for Diedrich. Now also in is Rude. So Kirby is back in at quarterback. He'll take this 4th and 5. Ball on the 49-yard line of Aiken. Shotgun formation for Kirby. In motion. Kempf to the left. Kirby looking to the left side. Incomplete. Intended receiver for Kempf running the out route. And that is going to be incomplete.
Gobblers take over.
And the Gobblers will take over. Turnover on down. 6 turnovers for Rush City now tonight. With 29.6 to go in quarter number 3. Aiken's defense, good coverage that time, especially at the linebacker positions, and now Aiken looking to add on to their lead.
$28-0. 29 seconds to go here in the 3rd. They come up to the 49-yard line of themselves, the Gobblers do. Smith under center. He's got a split out on each side. Smith rolls out to pass. Looking for Fulton. Fulton's got it.
Great catch.
That'll be a 6-yard gain.
Fantastic catch by Fulton, but also a good throw by Smith. And with draped by defenders here on the right side, just pinpointing it right where Fulton could only get it with his outstretched arms. Great play. As that is going to wind down quarter number 3. It'll be 2nd and 4 after the break. Gobblers.
From the 45.
From the 45, but the Gobblers 1 quarter away from improving to 4-1 on the season. 28-0 Aiken leads after 3. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler football on yourliveevent.com and KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
Believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com. At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more.
Smith under center. Fulton goes in motion off to the right. Now we got twins to the right with Claywig And Fulton, handoff to Williams, stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1.
You know, it's been a rough night throwing the football, but Kirby's had himself quite a night defensively. Flying all over the place on tackles, hitting hard. Good night for Kirby on the defensive end. Now here in quarter number 4, Aiken sideline, getting into it at the end of quarter number 3.
3rd and 5 for the Gobblers, 11:32 to go here in the 4th. Smith under center. Wagner to the left, McNevin to the right. Smith steps back to pass.
That's intercepted. Or no, marking it incomplete. Almost intercepted.
He got hit in the backfield. That'll bring up 4th and 5 for the
Yeah,
Gobblers.
Aiken having no answer on that blitz. They've been doing that a lot on 3rd down, I've noticed, and it's been pretty effective.
Special teams hope to pin the Tigers back in their deep in their own territory.
Again, McNevin has been fantastic punting the football. In fact, it even led to that last touchdown for Aiken as they fumbled on the 5-yard line. There's now a late substitution coming in for the Gobblers.
Dane Larson.
With 11:19 to go in quarter number 4. As back deep is Kempf for Rush City. McNevin to punt. And they may have gotten him to jump, but no, it's going to be a fake on the right side. It's complete. Furman, but we got a whistle.
There'll be a
and there is that flag, but I thought it may be offsides, or offsides. It's seen that the end here near us may have just jumped offside. And that is exactly who it's going to be on Aiken. A little surprised by that, unless they deem that one of the Gobblers moved slightly. That's what forced Rush City to jump off sides. So a tough break for the Gobblers.
Back it up 5.
But Aiken digging in their bag of tricks. Could use that down the road.
Larson was actually set back a little bit. Needs to get up on the line there, and he does.
Again, McNevin to punt. Kemp to field. It's going to high booming punt. Kemp is going to field, and that's going to be muffed. And now a scramble for the ball, but Kemp able to get back on it as he just fell out of his hands on that return attempt. But Rush City will get it back as the Tigers back on offense with 11:06 left to go in quarter number 4.
Quentin Christie on the stop there.
For the Gobblers. Again, defense has been shining tonight. As they're going to spot that one at the 21-yard line of Rush City. They've been pinned back deep in their own territory. It's been a struggle for Rush City offensively. Kirby is in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Kirby, low snap, looking to throw, steps into the pocket, wide open down the field. As that's going to be tackled past the 45, as that'll be down to the 47-yard line. That is Volk with his first catch of the night. So going from the 21 to the 46, first down for Rush City. Gain of 25 on the run, or on the reception for Volk, the longest completion by Kirby tonight. 1st and 10, ball in the 46. Kirby gonna hand off as Woods back into the game, looking to get the edge on the right side, and does get it down the sideline. He's bulldozing his way to the 40, to the 39-yard line, and that is where Wood is brought down. McNevin on the tackle again, and that's good for a Rush City first down. So that's going to be tackled at the 35-yard line. So going from the Rush City 46 to the Aiken 35. First down and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line of Aiken. Good drive here so far for Rush City. Fake. Slant route wide open again. This is Volk down the middle, and now bulldozing his way, trying to get inside the red zone, and he's going to get tackled at the 17, maybe the 16-yard line. First down again for Rush City, finding pockets in the middle of the field. Now we're starting to see Kirby get a little bit of momentum. Rush City looking to get on the board for the first time tonight.
Gobbler secondary penetrating a little bit and not getting back into any coverage.
As now that's going to be 1st and 10 with 10 minutes to go as Kirby hand off to Dick up the middle. Not much going on as he is going to get maybe a couple on that one. Gets 1 yard. So it's 2nd and 9 coming up.
Hopperstead on the stop.
Volk has been great this drive. A reception of 25 and 17 yards. Kirby with back-to-back completions. 2nd and 9 coming up as the ball is placed at the 18-yard line. 28-0 Gobblers, but Rush City threatening. 9:30 and counting to go in quarter number 4 as Rude back in for Rush City. Now he's going to shift out far side to the left with Kempf. Kirby in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out left. Aiken, odd man front. Handoff to Wood up the middle.
Bauman on the stop.
Bauman on the stop. I guess I don't know what you call a pack of gobblers, but a lot of gobblers in there and to make the tackle. Again, maybe gain of half a yard. So 3rd and long coming up for Rush City.
I think it's called a gaggle of gobblers.
A gaggle of gobblers, yes.
Or a flock.
A flock. I'd rather say gaggle.
Gaggle.
Gaggle of gobblers. As a gain of 1 on the carry by Wood. 3rd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 16 as it's going to be a rollout to the right as Kirby looking to cut upfield, looking to run as he's going to get some good yardage that time. Needed 8, got 6 as he's short by a couple of yards.
Zezmita on the stop.
Zezmita. Zal's been flying all over the place defensively, and Rush City looking to go for it on 4th and 2. This is the most manageable 4th down situation they've had so far. They are 0 for 3 on 4th down conversions tonight.
They're on the Gobbler 10-yard line.
In the red zone, ball on the 10-yard line. If Rush City converts, it'll be 1st and goal. Looking to get on the score sheet. This is the best drive Rush City has had tonight. Kirby and shotgun. And it's going to be a QB keeper up the middle. Needed 2, and this is going to be close. I don't know if he got it. I don't know if we'll need a Stonemark land surveying chain gang measurement. But we'll see. Stonemark Land Surveying presenting us our chain gang measurement. Contact Stonemark Land Surveying in Pequot Lakes for your property boundary measurement needs. Visit stonemarksurvey.com where every foot counts.
And it did, and they were short, so it's Gobbler ball.
And it is short. It's now 0 for 4 on 4th down conversions. Kirby on the QB keeper. So 7:42 to go in quarter number 4. Gobblers will take over, but deep in their own territory.
On the 10-yard line, 7:42 to go. Gobblers lead 28-0. Smith under center. McNevin far out to the right. Hand off to Williams. Williams jukes and jives. He's got wide open field off to the right. And he's up past the 30-yard line. Out of bounds. They're going to go ahead and take it back to the 30-yard line.
Enough for another Aiken Gobbler. 1st down.
Williams at about 80 yards on the night now. Be 1st and 10 from the 30. For the Gobblers, 7:31 to go, 28-0. Gobblers here on home field here at homecoming. And they're going to have Klein split out to the left side here. Hand off to Jones for 1 or 2.
Tackled by Monson.
Got a score update over on Skeeter 101.5. International Falls on the comeback trail. 28-20. Crosby leads after 3.
After Crosby, then the old Gobblers travel up to the old I Falls up there.
Oh boy. I think we have our good friends over there with R&J. I don't know who'd want to make the trip for one of us up there.
Smith under center. McNevin off to the left here. It's going to be a handoff to Fulton. Fulton's got a huge hole, but he's only going to get 3.
Fulton on the carry. Tackled by Dick.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Dick closing that hole quickly because I seen that Fulton could have, when that play initially happened, it looked like he was going to get a lot more on that carry, but again, good hustle still by the Rush City defense.
Klein comes in with the play. Klein goes out to the right. Smith under center. Three amigos in the backfield. Williams goes in motion off to the right, so we got twins to the right. Hand off to Fulton, right up the gut. Just shy of the first down. That'll bring up 4th and short for the Gobblers. Ball will be placed on the 39-yard line. Yeah, McDevitt comes into the play. Gobblers look like they're going to probably go for it. Clock continues to run here at 5:30. 4th and 1. McDevitt comes out to the left. Smith under center. Wishbone. It's going to be handoff to Williams. Williams has a first down and more. Stiff arms, gets around to the 40, past the 50. And they're going to go ahead and bring it back right to the 50-yard line for Williams. Gobblers get the first down.
First down.
First and 10 from the 50 for the Gobblers. 5:08 to go here in the game, leading 28-0. Smith comes in with the play. Williams comes out to the far left, ball on the far hash. Gobblers still heading north. Three amigos in the backfield, Smith under center. Handoff to Jones. Jones trying to get through, and he does.
Jones up the middle.
Going to go ahead and give him 11.
Dragging the defender. And that's enough for another.
New Aiken Gobbler first down.
Another good drive here by Aiken. I mean, it seems that they're going to get the win here tonight with the only 5 and counting left in quarter number 4. But, you know, trying to make an emphatic statement here, trying to continue to work on the things they need to work on, and really just to continue to wear down this Rush City defense.
Yep, ball placed down on the 39 3/4 yard line. Smith will be under center. McNevin on the far side. Three amigos in the backfield. And it's going to be handoff to Williams. Actually, Carter Peets on that handoff. We're going to give him 5. Gobblers going to go ahead and start pedaling in some of the backups here. 32 coming in for the Gobblers. That is Jack Jacobson. Fulton comes out. Jones comes out. Jacobson was the scout player of the week for the Gobblers. McNevin is going to go off to the far right side. Smith under center. Got Hopperstead in the backfield, and it's going to be handoff to Jacobson here. Jacobson trying to keep on running. Makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they couldn't bring him down. Forward motion stopped him there, but you can see why he was scout player of the week. Jacobson keeping those legs going.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Peets in the backfield, Jacobson and Hopperstead. Wagner comes in with the play. Wagner out to the left, Smith under center. Again, Hopperstead, Peets, and Jacobson in the backfield. It's going to be handoff to Hopperstead. Hopperstead's going to be up just short. They give him 3.
Tackle by Armstrong.
It's going to be 4th and 3 for the Gobblers.
Aiken looking to slam the door shut. It seems that they are going to go for it.
Yeah, and the student section just rocking the stands over there.
Student section's been great tonight. Really all for all their sports this season, they've been great.
Yeah, volleyball was awesome the other night too. Smith under center. McNevin off to the right. Pass, jump pass to Kleewig.
Oh.
And it is incomplete. It's going to be turnover on downs here.
A great play by Dick, aware that all they're just trying to do is run that quick go. As they just found an opening in the middle of the field, as Rush City was showing blitz, as Dick was able to play it back and deflect it away, as now Rush City will take over. 2:29 to go here in the 4th quarter as Aiken closing in on the victory. But Rush City looking to go out with their heads held high, like trying to get a scoring drive going here.
Secondary D in.
And it's going to be Kirby in the shotgun. Wood to his left. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Far side is Rude. Handoff, off tackle on the right side. Good block that time, but tripped up, and now we got a flag. And seems we may get a hold on Rush City.
I would call that an offensive tackle.
That's exactly what it's going to be, holding on Rush City. And again, penalties have been killer for the Tigers tonight. And, you know, you love the aggressiveness, but sometimes for the Tigers, it really is come back to bite them in the butt tonight. Now with 2:23 to go here in the ball game. Remember to tune in for post game. We'll give away our big deal of the game and our Enbridge Eye Bring the Energy player of the game.
Got Workman in there, Klein, Peets, Braxton Hughes, Hopperstead.
Rush City lining up again, 1st down and 20 after the penalty. Kirby in shotgun, 2 wide receivers out to the left again. Handoff to, or it's going to be a throw, roll out to the left side. He's going to be brought down. 3 Gobblers in the vicinity.
Baxter and Kazmerzak on the stop there.
Yeah, and now Kirby a little slow to get up as back up on his feet, a little gimpy getting up, and boy, Kirby's taking a beating tonight throwing the football, but he's been up, he's been active, and defensively he's been making some plays too.
Warren in on that stop also. Dane Larson over on the far side of the field playing corner.
It was a loss of 2 on the sack, so 2nd and 22, ball on the 21-yard line of Rush City. 1:40 and counting to go in the ball game. Kirby, lone person in the backfield. Dick in motion out to the right, and it's going to be a sweep out to the left side. Cutting back in, and not a lot going on as Dick is met up after about a gain of 5 on the carry on the sweep. 3rd and long coming up.
Jackson Klein on the initial stop there.
Now for Rush City with just about at the 1-minute mark here in quarter number 4. We'll see if they push a little bit of up tempo. As it seems that we'll have a timeout first by Aiken. But we'll keep
Rush City.
Or Rush City, excuse me. So timeout by the Tigers. We'll keep it right here. Rush City still has 2 timeouts remaining here in the half. 28-0. Gobblers closing in on a victory, and Lance, its defensive effort has been great tonight. And, you know, I will say, though, we saw some big changes in the second half here by the offense.
Yeah, for sure. You know, they were able to go ahead and change up their look a little bit. They got more with their dedicated blocking going with the guards and the tackles, and I think that really changed. You could just see it on the first drive for the Gobblers.
Really set the tempo for how the rest of this half was going to go, and turnovers, again, a big factor for Rush City. They had 5 last week against Crosby Ironton. 6 turnovers tonight.
Just like any team, if you ain't got, whether it's whatever level of football, if you ain't got a good line, you ain't going to have a good team, both offensively or defensively.
Now rolling out to the right, Kirby to throw. He's going to throw it deep and over the head, but open was Kempf. As it seems that broken coverage that time by the Gobblers. Kemp was open, beating Braxton Hughes on the deep ball. But it's 4th and 15 coming up, expecting Rush City to just go for it here with a minute to go here in quarter number 4. Final over on KOKS Talk 100.1. Pequot Lakes winning 62-0.
Pretty excited about next Friday night. Again, Noah here at Veterans Field. Again, the stump game, you and I.
Yeah, stump game will be a lot of fun. You can hear the action, watch the action on yourliveevent.com as we'll see what Crosby does later tonight. But right now, 4th and 15. Ball on the 28. It's going to be a handoff outside. This is Wood trying to get the sideline. He's able to get it. He's got some room past the 50. Making a man miss. Says he's going to be tackled at about the 45-yard line. And that is going to be a 1st down. So good run by Wood. And again, I will give, great credit to Rush City for still hustling out there, trying to get some points on the board, as now they're going to line up quickly. Ball placed at the 45-yard line. Kirby in shotgun, 45 seconds ago. That's a low snap. Wood's going to take it, and he's tackled for a 2-yard loss.
Kingston Kamagala on that stop for the loss.
That play coming off after what was the longest run of the game for Wood of 38 yards. Now the student section knowing that stump games next week, we want the stump.
Ed Cook in also for the Gobblers, playing defensive tackle.
Timeout by Rush City as 2nd and 12 coming up here. So 39.7 to go. Aiken's going to improve to 4-1. Rush City falls to 1-4. You know, it seems that still don't think we've seen the best of what Aiken can bring to it, but it seems that they're just getting better and better as these games come along offensively.
Yep, one thing at a time. You can't fix everything all at once, but Hills does a good job just trying to just concentrate and praise the improvements and just concentrate on working on a little bit of the stuff that don't work.
2nd and 12 for Rush City, 39.7 to go. Kirby in shotgun as we await the whistle from the referee, and we'll get it. Play action. Kirby, clean pocket. No one's open, now stepping up. He's going to take it and run and breaking off a tackle. Looking towards the sideline, left side. He's got a good hole as he's going to be tackled close to the 20-yard line. As Kirby, great awareness, good coverage downfield, though, however, by Aiken. But it is a first down and out of bounds for Rush City.
Klein kind of just got overthrown there on that field tackle out there. Was not able to break down, but Kirby got around him.
It's for Kirby. That is going to be his best run of the night so far. 23-yard run for Kirby. He's in shotgun with 2 wide receivers out to the right. And it's going to be a handoff to Wood. He loses the ball but falls on it. As now we've got a whistle.
Backstrom on that stop.
And a timeout by Rush City. 19.2 to go here in the ball game. 2nd and 10 coming up, and again, we've seen a couple of good drives here by Rush City tonight. Not able to finish, however. Aiken looking to keep that shutout going. But for Rush City, Jay Wood, quite the performance from him tonight. I have him marked for 136 rushing yards on 18 carries. Been a good night defensively for Kirby as well. Not the night that he's wanted throwing the football. But Logan Kirby, the junior, getting the start tonight. We'll see if Rush City, what they can build upon. Some good stuff that they can see on film from this game. 2nd and 10, ball on the 25. Kirby in shotgun. And he's going to look to throw. He's going to throw it to the end zone, left side, and it's going to be incomplete and pass interference on the far sideline.
Against Dane Larson.
Dane Larson just grabbing the collar, it seems, of the intended receiver, Rude. So 13.8 to go here in quarter number 4 as it'll be first down coming up for Rush City after the pass interference call. That was an underthrown ball, so a tough play in the secondary there to have to make, and especially when you feel like you might have a chance to make it, make a play on the ball, but it'll be first down coming up, or do they pick up the flag? Or nope, now they reset. As I thought they were marking a second down, like, oh, do they pick up the flag? But no. So here we go with first down and 10.
It was a defensive hold.
Defensive hold now. It's going to be a throw. End zone and dropped. Boy, great throw by Kirby. Cross body. Dane Larson on the defensive play that time, as that was intended for Rude. Dropped the touchdown, so it will be a 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'll do a little shout out to the camera gal here too, Cheyenne, for doing a good job not making anybody motion sickness going on. Maybe.
2nd and 10 coming up here. Ball on the 13-yard line. Kirby in shotgun. 2 wide receivers out left. Whistle and a flag. Dead ball. And that is going to be on Rush City. So back them up 5 more yards. As Rush City, again, looking to try to get something going here to get themselves on the scoreboard. Staples Motley winning 60-0 on YourLiveEvent.com over Pine River Bacchus. Staples Motley bouncing back after their loss against Pillager last week. Shotgun, Kirby. Rolling out to his left, looking end zone, and it is incomplete. And that is going to be the ball game. Great effort by Rush City on that final drive, but Aiken improving to 4-1 on the season, winning this one 28-0. Great game by both teams, defensive effort all around for the Gobblers. Offense much more improved in that second half, leading to the victory here, but we'll break down your full post-game coverage here in a matter of moments, including our big deal of the game and our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We'll be back with your post-game report, 28-0. Aiken takes this one. Back in just a moment. You're watching Gobbler Football on YourLiveEvent.com and KKI and AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
And governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
If you are looking for a local team that brings over 25 years of experience, offering roofing systems in a variety of colors, materials, and textures, then call my dad at Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding, 218-831-1907. Whether it's a tear-off or new construction, Mike's Miller's Roofing gets the job done right. Call 218-831-1907 for your free estimate and get your new roof installed before the holidays. That's Mike's Miller's Roofing and Siding.com or call 218-831-1907.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit aikenmotorsco.com.
831-1907.
A little behind the scenes look here on YourLiveEvent.com. Noah Caruso, Lance Bauman here. The final here in Aiken tonight, 28-0. Gobblers get the win over Rush City. And, second half, it was a much improved performance from that offensive line that struggled in the first half. And, I tell you what, Lance, the Gobblers got to feel pretty good about the second half performance.
They did. They came out right away there in the beginning of the third quarter and just marched down the field and was able to score. And they did everything they needed to do. And obviously the team listened at halftime.
And the defensive effort, of course, was the biggest factor. And you look at that defensive front, and Wisniak was all over the place tonight, and Bachniak as well. We're both all over the place tonight, and they're going to be our award winners for this game.
Yep, Kanye Bachniak, a senior for the Gobblers, 365. I think this is his first year coming out for football, and he's done just a phenomenal job working really hard. The other one is Camden Visnevec, too. Again, I was talking about him in the pregame. As far as his improvement in defense right now, and the two forced sacks that he had was just awesome.
And for Aiken, they improved to 4-1 on the season. They go into next week for the stump game against Crosby Ironton. No final over there as they're taking on International Falls. But, not to mention the turnovers were huge for Aiken tonight.
Oh, they did their best of their abilities to go ahead and capitalize on them, and they did once or twice. And, right now the Gobblers really got to shine a little bit. There is still a little bit of work to be done, which actually a lot of bit of work with every game and preparing, especially with the Rangers coming up. Rangers are a really tough team from Crosby, and with the stump game. So next Friday night for sure is going to be a true test for these Gobblers.
It'll be a good one. And, for Rush City tonight, and there were some standout performances in the game. Jay Wood finishing with 138 yards on 18 carries. Great night for him, and unfortunately nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, but he was running up and down the field, making big plays for the Tigers. Great standout performance by him tonight. And for Kirby, not the best night for him at quarterback, but defensively he was making plays and hustling all night tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And Williams leading the rushing tonight here with a little over 100 yards at 103 yards. And coming in second for the Gobblers would be Jones at 68 yards and Fulton with 46.
And we're looking to get our award winners here in a matter of moments. And again, we're going to give our big deal of the game tonight to Camden Visnovich, as he led the way in sacks tonight. And Kanye Bachniak will be our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We'll look to get our award winners here in a matter of moments, but we're going to take a break as you're watching Gobbler Football on yourliveevent.com and simulcasting on KKI and AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler.
Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aiken Motors. Family owned and operated. Aiken Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aiken Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit aikenmotorsco.com.
Welcome to Aiken Schools. Our mission here at Aiken Public Schools is to empower our students to be lifelong learners and citizens by maximizing community, staff, and parent involvement, all while learning in a safe environment. Our students take pride in being Gobblers and are supplied with the facilities and tools necessary to achieve our goals of student success. For more information, visit home.isd1.org. We are ISD1. Go Gobblers!
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance.
Welcome back to post-game coverage on yourliveevent.com. We do have our award winners here with us, our big deal of the game, Camden Visnovich. First off, Camden, big congratulations on the victory. Talk about how it feels to get that homecoming win.
Thank you. It feels very awesome being able to shut down a team for homecoming. But our team is striving for better. We want better goals, but every week we're taking it step by step, trying to become one of the better teams, best teams of the 2A section for football in Minnesota. But it feels great to be able to shut a team out and just enjoy the game and have a great homecoming.
And, you know, Camden, obviously defense is a big identity for you guys, and you were all over the place defensively tonight with multiple sacks. Talk about what worked well for you defensively tonight.
I don't know. I just think defensively, I just did good shooting out. In the first series, I didn't do too well. I kind of got put on my butt a little bit, but it was all right. you just got to check yourself in and be better and think about the plays in the future to do better, and that's what I did, and it helps me out a lot.
You know, in Camden, moving forward, I've talked to Alan Hills on multiple occasions, and he just feels like this team hasn't even reached its peak yet. And, you guys go out there and pitch a shutout tonight. And for you, just talk about what really is the potential with this defense, how good they can be.
I'm not sure about our potential, but we're always striving to be better. For our team, basically everybody this year is new to varsity, so our potential, it can be exponential growth to just very high and stuff, so we don't know yet. Nobody's really been a starter from last year except for 1 or 2 people, so we should be doing, or I'm losing train of thought, but we have a very good, I can't think right now. I just saw my mom, sorry.
No, and she's filming you too, probably.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. But no, I mean, I can definitely imagine what you guys are saying. I mean, you guys are, with a lot of new guys, and you guys are playing as well as you are. And I do have to ask you though, it's you got to bring up the rivalry game always, and talk about the stump game next week.
I'm very excited for that. It's a weird change from having the stump like 5th or 6th week into the season instead of the first game, but I really hope we can keep the stump and keep the tradition. We've had it for 3 years, and I just hope we can keep it, and it would be cool.
Well, it was a lot of fun watching UCannon get the win tonight. Vizzy, as they call you, over here. So, Vizzy, big congratulations on the victory. You enjoy this one. And then we'll get our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. We'll go to Kanye Bokniak joining us. And first and foremost, Kanye, I know that in that first half in the offensive line, we're getting pushed around a little bit. But in that second half, what adjustments were you able to make?
I just started firing out faster and getting lower. Made it a lot easier going against them, turning out the offensive line, getting lower.
And, talk about the defensive line approach, because you guys are filling in holes well, creating gaps, and just wreaking havoc tonight. And you were a big focal point in that. For you, talk about what works well for you defensively.
Just using my hands, moving my feet, and getting off low. That really helps. Since I'm a big guy, getting off low really helps.
And now you move into 4-1 on the season, and you go into the stump game next week. But just talk about the confidence that this team is playing with, and just how exciting it is to get a win here on homecoming tonight.
Yeah, the team's playing really good. Offense has some slow starts, obviously, but I feel like our defense playing as good as it is keeping our offense, giving them chances to really show what they're made of.
Kanye, I know that you guys are going to go into practice aggressive, wanting to improve offensively, but also when there's a rivalry game, there's a little extra juice. What kind of attitudes can we expect in practice this week?
Right, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Rivalry game, obviously, so it's going to be a little deeper. But I think if we just practice how we've been practicing, we come out, we play a little bit harder, we win. Well,
should be a lot of fun, Kanye. Well, a lot of fun watching you and your squad get the win tonight. Congratulations on Embry Player of the Game. And then we are going to take a quick break. We will be back in just a moment on YourLiveEvent.com and KKIN 930.
Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com. At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at Enbridge.com.
Welcome back to post-game coverage on YourLiveEvent.com and KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler. Noah Crusoe, Lance Bauman with you for post-game. And Lance, run through our final stat lines for the night.
No, it was pretty awesome. Again, the Gobblers pitched that shutout like you said earlier tonight. And, the Gobblers, with Williams having 100 yards, he was able to score a couple touchdowns. But scoring for the Gobblers, the first one was Fulton with a 1-yard touchdown and no extra point. Then Jones got a 14-yard touchdown with Williams' 2-point conversion. And then going into the third quarter, Jones with a 20-yard touchdown with with a 2-point conversion with McNevin. Then Williams with a 6-yard touchdown and no extra point. So that was your scoring right there for the Gobblers. But, Williams did a good job. And if it wasn't for those 3 interceptions that he had and been able to get the Gobblers into some good position, the Gobblers did a good job planting the Tigers back deep in their own territory a handful of times and really able to capitalize on it. Hills did a good job controlling the clock and doing whatever he had to do. But congratulations, and next week the Gobblers got to get after the Rangers.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. Still no final yet on Skeeter 101.5. Crosby Ironton taking on International Falls, and going through final stat lines for Rush City. Of course, didn't score points tonight, but there was some standout efforts offensively. Jay Wood finishing with 138 rushing yards on 18 carries. Great night for him, and we saw physical defense up front for Rush City. So I think that for the Tigers, because I know there's for our fans in Rush City listening, there's a lot of good stuff that'll come out on film this week.
Oh, for sure. They showed a lot of improvement off and on throughout the night, and the coach did a really good job trying to keep the boys in the game and just making sure that don't worry about the last play, let's worry about the next play. But all 11 out on the field really got to just do their jobs and get after it. But unfortunately, just like any team, including the Gobblers or the Vikings or anybody else, there's always 1 or 2 during each play that kind of let each other down. But it really has to be that all 11 have to play all plays at all times.
And, of course, Rush City does fall to 1-4 on the season. Aiken moves to 4-1 on the year. Next week, they got the stump game against Crosby Ironton here at Veterans Field. You can catch the action on yourliveevent.com. Some finals elsewhere. Pequot Lakes able to get a 60-0 victory tonight over Hibbing on KLKS Talk 100.1. And went final a little bit ago. Staples Motley getting a 62-0 win over Pine River Bacchus on yourliveevent.com. And, a little preview to next week. Lance, you and I are on the call. And, both defenses are sensational. 2 great defenses coming into this game, 2 athletic quarterbacks, and both like to run the football. So basically what I'm saying, it's going to be a lot of fun next week.
And probably low scoring, we hope.
Yeah, I could see another defensive game, and for Crosby Ironton, they played Rush City last week, forced multiple turnovers, and there's always, and Lance, you do have to kind of fill me in. This is my first stump game. It's how intense is this rivalry?
It is. The stands we packed both all the way from end zone to end zone. We packed full of people. The Gobblers usually we end up bringing in 1 or 2 more portable stands on the end there, and it ends up being a full house. And if it is cold outside, it'll be hot on the field.
I'm looking forward to it. And, of course, you can catch the action next week. And, remember, after these games are wrapping up here on KKI and AM, for our radio listeners, we'll be followed up here in just about half an hour by after the game, our high school football recap of all the crazy scores going up. I felt my phone buzz. Is that a final? It is not. So we're still waiting to hear about what Crosby Ironton. Last we checked, it was 28-20 against International Falls. Falls a great team in their own right as well. But great game, great night here at Veterans Field tonight. Lance, so first game you and I think we had a lot of fun tonight.
Oh, we did for sure, and I appreciate you coming over and accompanying me here up here in Veterans Field, and we look forward to next Friday night.
I am absolutely excited. I go crazy for a good rivalry game, but of course a special thanks to all of our sponsors for making this broadcast happen tonight, both on YLE and KKI and AM 930, and of course thank our sponsors. With your patronage, shop local, support the community, and support the team in that community. Gobblers win 28-0 here tonight over Rush City, and we'll be back next week for the stump game. Should be a lot of fun. For myself, Noah Caruso, and Lance Bauman, and everyone here on yourliveevent.com and KKI and AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler, we say thank you and good night from Aiken.
Keep smiling, everybody, and be safe.